Ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum. Ba-dum bum ba-dum bum bum bum. Ba-dum bum ba-dum bum. Cerulean, thank you for the hydrate. Cerulean! Toko. Hello, Toko. Saw you were playing some Conan Exiles earlier. How was that? I was lurking in there for a little while I did my worky works. Is it Toko or Tokyo? I've always said Toko. Tokozuna. Toko! Toko! Toe. I had a person with Toko in their name, and they said it was because Tokyo was taken. Oh. Why didn't they spell it like Tokio then? Or like Tokyoh or something. I feel like that is like the wrong way to do that if you want people to pronounce it Tokyo. I don't know. I don't know this person. I don't know what their thought process is. Is that game actually... I got 45 seconds. Ah, okay. 3 hours remaining until Tears of the Kingdom is playable. Until the launch is official. But hello, Cerulean. Welcome. And I have no pre-order. Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwan. Today is Thursday, May 11th, 2023. It is Thursday, which means it's a Let's Play day, so we are going to continue our playthrough of NeuroNet Mendax Proxy, the visual novel where you play as a newly birthed AI who has been given control of a cyberpunk city. We expect to finish it today. The devs, when I talked to them, they said a normal playthrough is 7 to 14 hours, and we are at 7 hours right now. And they said that the time that it would take for you to complete the game is really based on how long you spend on the questions, because some of them are large moral quandaries. We have not spent very much time on most of these questions at all, so I'd expect us to be able to get through the game today. If we do get done fairly early, then I will turn on Honkai Star Rail and we'll finish out with that. Toko! I asked earlier, Toko, but how's Conan Exiles treating you? Rayback, hello, welcome in. And to follow up on your statements, Aurelian, about Legends of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. So, I am not excited for that game. I was very disappointed by Breath of the Wild. I love Legend of Zelda. I've played it all my life. And while I will say that Breath of the Wild is an incredible game, it is a very mastercraft piece of digital media. It is one of the best open world sandbox games that has ever been made. It is not a very good Legend of Zelda game from my perspective. There is not very good progression in it. There is not very good plot development in it. Once you have achieved the initial plateau, there is just so little that you get in terms of depth, development, progression. It is just this open world sandbox. And while I enjoyed that open world sandbox, it did not scratch the Zelda itch for me, and I don't expect Tears of the Kingdom to do anything different in that way. Breath of the Wild is just different, but not a traditional refined Zelda game. That's exactly what I mean too. And so I don't have very fond memories of Breath of the Wild. And it's not that I hated that game. It's just no, it was fun, but I don't think back fondly on it the way that I do Twilight Princess, Link's Awakening, Wind Waker, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, A Link Between Worlds, so on and so forth. So it's hard for me to be excited for Tears of the Kingdom because I'm sure it's going to be a great game. I've watched a couple of the reviews. The review embargo was raised this morning. I've watched a couple of reviews. That is game of the year, okay? Unfortunately, for other games that I think have genuine reason to be contenders in it, games likely like Final Fantasy 16, Resident Evil 4, probably even Dead Space, I have very high hopes and expectations for Stellar Blade. Maybe even Lies of P can get in there. I just don't think that they are going to compete at all with Tears of the Kingdom, because after watching those reviews and myself, that game is unique in a way that there is no other game that is going to be like it for a very long time. What Nintendo has achieved with Tears of the Kingdom, both from experience and from the perspective of other people, that game is on a completely different platform, completely different level. The fact that it works at all, the sheer scale of it, the mechanics that are in it, there is not going to be a game that is on the same tier as Tears of the Kingdom for a very, very long time, just because it had so much time and so much money put into it. It is a very impressive piece of media, and I don't think that it will... I don't believe that a game this year is going to compete with it in terms of being able to re-revolutionize a franchise, a genre, the way that Tears of the Kingdom is going to. Kind of like how Elden Ring kind of redefined the open world game and redefined how Souls games are made and redefine what you can do with an open world experience. Tears of the Kingdom is going to do that again, plus even more with some of the mechanics that they added into it. And I'm literally just talking about sometimes the build mechanics and the way that the physics work in it. It's a very impressive piece. I'm not super excited about it, but I can recognize what is going to be considered one of the greatest games of all time for the next 50 years. I can see that immediately with Tears of the Kingdom. I'm not super stoked about it. I did order it because I have a child, and regardless of whether I'm not hyped for it or if I have other ways to play it, my child will want to play it on the Switch. My child is leaving on a trip in a couple of weeks with her grandma, and she will definitely want to be able to enjoy Tears of the Kingdom on that trip. So, like with most games that I'm not excited for, games like Pokemon Violet and Scarlet or Sword and Shield or Tears of the Kingdom or whatever, I end up buying them anyway because I have a child. But I don't, everyone's going to be playing it here in 3 hours. You're going to see almost every single stream on Twitch flip over to Tears of the Kingdom. There's going to be 1.8 million people watching it on the platform. I'm not going to be one of them. I will play it passively in my own time when I care to do so, but it is not very high up on my list. Just missing out on a physical poster for the pre-order, and it's just like is it just like a paper poster? I never know what to do with those anymore. I used to, like, when I was, you know, a teenager, I would like use like thumbtacks and like stick them into my walls and stuff, and now I'm just like, man, this looks like crap. Like, all right, but let's get Stream Raiders fired up, and then let's get into some NeuroNet. I have a distinct feeling that with the way that NeuroNet is going, that we are going to be turned off at the end of the game. Wow, that was a lot of new quests. Place 2 tanks, 50 tokens, kill 3 flying units, place mages, place bombers, win 4 battles. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's start with the bomber, because the bomber will be on a cooldown, and then I'll switch to tanks afterwards. Is ice good against fire, or is fire good against ice? Let's see. Ice, okay. And then fire is good against ice. All right, let's back up and let's place around this fire crystal here, because it's either going to be fire versus fire or fire versus ice. So regardless, it's going to be to our advantage to do so. Place your units, everybody. I'm just going to buy Tears of the Kingdom for Wii U. I mean, really, there's not inherently a reason why it shouldn't be able to be ran on that platform. Not necessarily, right? Like, I feel like it should technically be possible. All right, what's in this Paradox Interactive sale? Hold on. Sometimes there's good shit for sale on Steam, right? All right, what do we got? City Skylines, already got it. A bunch of DLC for City Skylines. I do really like me some SimCity. Let's see. Whoa, Jesus Christ. They have $234 of DLC, and that's with most of it being on sale. Hot damn. I own a lot of it, but I think a lot of it came from like a Humble Bundle, so it would be like this stuff. Wow. Jesus lordy lord. It looks like I could get the collection for $104 to get everything I'm missing is what it would cost me. Woo! Woo! That's a bit there. I can see it being possible as something that can run on Wii U hardware. Well, yeah. I mean, Breath of the Wild did, so outside of some stuff that I won't talk about because I know that there are people that probably won't want to hear too many details on Tears of the Kingdom. It's not really a reason that it shouldn't be able to. They're not going to, because the Wii U is one of the worst selling systems in history. But so there's some DLC for Stellaris. I told a friend of mine that I would give this game another try sometime. Whew, boy, there's a lot of DLC going on for that game too. Total of $174, and I own none of it. If I wanted all of the DLC, I could get it on discount right now for $108. Not happening. Anything else of note in here? Let's see. I've seen, you know, the EU4, I constantly see posts about this game on Reddit, but I have never touched it. Yes, I own it, but that's not a surprise at this point. Shadowrun Returns I'd like to touch on at some point. You know, I like that Age of Wonders is on their banner here. Age of Wonders 4 just launched, and it's actually one of the best-selling games in the franchise. It's a really good Civilization competitor, but it is not in... I don't expect it to be on sale, but I'm really surprised that it isn't on their page somewhere. See if it's on New and Popular. It is on New and Popular. It's not on sale at all. It's still $50. When this goes on sale, I'll probably pick it up. I'll want to give it a go. I'll want to touch on it. Mechabellum. All right. Well, that was fun. Library, NeuroNet, Mendax Proxy. Let's return to our lives as an AI. Dream Harvest. All right.
I think I'm a little understaffed. This place is much bigger than the van. Just simple maintenance is taking forever.
Oh, hire more staff. If you think you can afford it.
There's a lot of debate regarding what is deemed necessary force when subduing rioters. Should we revise the legislation?
Yes.
Yes.
I found a guy who's giving me some change to deliver a package to his friend.
Can you help me find this address?
Sure.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't mean to skip that. It's too late.
The amount of people living on the streets is rising, and the government doesn't seem interested in helping. What can you do?
I mean, can I do both? Awareness.
Raise awareness.
I keep getting customers that are pretty far gone, if you know what I mean. Thing is, they always make these massive orders. It's great for business, but it feels like I'm taking advantage of them. Should I make a restriction on who I serve?
Look, man, if someone shows up like just high as shit and needing 3 bags of your food because they got the munchies, you serve them that food. You receive an urgent notification from Thompson. You tune in and find him strapping on his holster.
We finally got the go-ahead from up top. We're raiding the Mueller building in Chantelar. You'd be a welcome addition.
Zed Mueller. Zed Mueller is a prominent fashion designer whose building houses his atelier. Okay, I see. Modeling agency and garment factory. It's all a front, however, for his human trafficking child operation. Yeah, I'll go.
I'm in.
That's what I like to hear. I'll pass on the briefing data. Hold on.
He directs you to the relevant case files and mission plans. The target is Zed Mueller, a man who, in a world where we can make practically anything, has made a business out of treating people like livestock. You can't beat the real thing. Ew! Fucking gross. Oh, man. He's been trafficking people for years now, but the CPA finally has enough evidence to land a conviction, and he knows it.
He's done us the service of hiding away like a little bitch in his pillow fort. He should be easy enough to find.
The APC arrives in Chantelar. The perimeter has been established around the Mueller building. Thompson approaches the lieutenant.
Huh. Typical. Only taking part for the climax, I see.
Missed the mark on that one, Ash. I've been on this case from the beginning. Because of me, we're able to throw this party at all. I'm here to see it to the end.
You'll address me by my rank in the field, Thompson.
I'm running the ACU. Technically, I outrank you.
ACU, the Artificial Intelligence Collaboration Unit, the experimental detective partnership of Thompson and the Archetype.
People who rely on technicalities to win are just admitting they can't by normal means.
Bitch! God!
Where are we at?
Damn!
We've set up a perimeter and have Kestrels on standby. Our breacher team is going to open things up once I give the word.
She smacked Thompson so hard with words he had to steady himself.
Greetings.
Make yourself useful. We've got drones.
Okay, I'll sweep the ground level. Take control of a drone and circle down low around the building. You spy what appears to be a homeless man who skipped the evacuation. You address him through the drone. He quickly draws a gun on you. You lose contact with the drone a second later, but you're able to warn the police of the threat.
Nice catch. I'll dispatch a squad to take him down.
Damn. Rather than waste any more drones, you decide to wait on the breacher team.
Breachers! Deploy charges!
A squad of heavily armored officers moves to the front door and places small explosives around the frame.
They'll clear the bottom floor. They're too heavy to give chase if it comes to that, so your squads will take the upper floor.
She gestures to the officers around Thompson.
We're going in non-lethal. Shoot to wound. You have free use of shock rounds.
Shock rounds, a non-lethal ammo type, comprised a rubber bullet with 2 protruding electrodes and a high-voltage capacitor. When fired, the capacitor is charged, and on contact, it is discharged into the target. When used on humans, they collapse in spasm, and their augments are fried. Oh, shit. Oh, that sounds awful, man. That's... Oh. 3 hours and 46 minutes? I thought it was 2 hours and 46 minutes. Isn't it launching at 8 p.m. your time, which would be in 2.5 hours, 2.45? Because it's at 7 p.m. here, I believe. 9 p.m. your time? What time is it now? 5? It'd be 5:15. I don't know, man. What are words?
Intel suggests you're going up against pulse weaponry. Don't trust your cover to do anything other than block line of sight.
You ready for that Breath of the Wild 2?
Right. The quicker we do this, then the better.
Ante up. Show's about to begin.
Not really, actually. Yeah, me neither. With that, she gives the signal to start the breach. The charges detonate, tearing the door clean from its frame. The first wave enters immediately and are greeted with a hail of gunfire. Stray rounds hit the impact shields at the perimeter, causing several officers to flinch. The lieutenant stands firm. Several tense moments pass until she receives confirmation from the breacher team.
Entrance is secured. Second wave, mobilize.
I literally just got the Ishin plat, so might as fucking well though. You and your plats, you and your completionism.
That's us.
Accompanied by their squad mates, Thompson and the sergeant dash through the smoking doorway. Through his body cam, you see several bodies on the floor. Most are inhabitants of the building, subdued by the breachers. Ishin was a miserable plat? I'm sorry. Well, you said that the plat for Like a Dragon wasn't exactly great either. So, Thompson and the second wave making their way upstairs, where they get pinned down by gunfire.
They've got us in a choke here. If we try to go any further, we'll get cut to pieces.
We're working on it. Hold position for now.
The breachers press further into the building, and before long, they manage to locate the control hub.
All right, I'm going in.
She whistles, and two officers carrying portable impact shields form an escort as they dash into the building. I actually don't know what you need for Like a Dragon plat. I went way beyond plat. I think there's an easier one, though. Oh. What'd you do that for? I'm joking.
Come on, you piece of... Oh. Would you look at
Does it good? Fair.
To be honest, I was expecting more of a fight.
You detect the device come online, forming a bridge between you and the isolated network. You should be able to connect now.
Lieutenant?
The cacophony of gunfire rages through the upper story. As you gain control of the security cameras, you're able to form a picture of what you're dealing with. Thompson and Ron's squads are still pinned down in the stairwell. Advancing would put them directly in the line of fire.
Where are you at, Ark?
You know, here's the thing. Like, so this is supposed to be the security cam, right? And like, on the right there, that is absolutely supposed to be Thompson, right? That's our detective guy that's in front of us talking right now. And then down the hallway, presumably where they're just being held down by gunfire, there's just like a construction guy going, shit, man, it's busted. I don't know how to fix it. The boss is gonna be mad. I'm supposed to go home early today. Shit. Fuck. Maybe I can get Stevens to look at it. This guy looks like if King from Tekken got turned from a leopard basket to a person. Sure. Yeah. He'd probably try and body slam you too. You gather the drones equipped with sonic burst cannons and microwave emitters to flank the goons on the upper story. So sonic burst cannons are a non-lethal crowd suppression device that utilizes high-powered bursts of sound energy to stun targets, capable of knocking the air out of someone's lungs. So they're probably deaf too. If you're knocking someone's... Okay, anyway. And the microwave emitters, an area denial system used for crowd control that uses high-frequency electromagnetic radiation to cause a heat sensation. Anyone caught in its beam feels like their skin is on fire. So we're gonna make them deaf, we're gonna give them freaking skin cancer, and if they get hit with our freaking shock bullets, all their fucking augments from being cyber techie are gonna get fried in their own brains. Alright? Several are shot down, but not before you blow the windows with a concentrated sonic blast. The goons inside are grounded by the impact, giving an opportunity for Thompson and Rod Squad to move into position. Good is a very appropriate description. So the building that is being raided right now is owned by this like megalomaniac guy who owns like a clothing line and like some other store and like a factory line and all this kind of other stuff. But all of his businesses are a front for human trafficking, and they finally like caught him, and so he's barricaded himself in his office with all of his fucking goons. And so we're coming in here to get him, and they're choosing this course of action as their defense, which is like whatever. But it's like, oh, like literally his tagline, his motto for his company and his human trafficking was nothing's as good as the real thing. And it's like before they can rally, you send the microwave drones in through shattered windows and lay down suppressive wire. Fire.
We're not going to get any closer unless we thin their ranks. What else you got, Ark?
Isn't every corporation a front for human trafficking, though? Either that or just straight up slavery. There are numerous recordings of Zed Mueller speaking in his case file. You construct a speech profile and seize the loudspeaker. The goons look around wildly to the sound of their boss's voice. Several make for the exit, exposing themselves. Thompson and his crew make quick work of them, and they fall in a heap, twitching as the shock rounds run their course.
Nice one, Ark.
The remaining goons are easily overwhelmed without their colleagues to guard their flanks. Scanning ahead, you locate Zed Mueller in a room deeper in the complex. He's hiding behind an upturned table, staring at the door. You lock it for good measure. There doesn't appear to be any other way in or out. You then relay his whereabouts to Thompson.
All right, we know where we're going now. Let's split in case he tries to do a runner.
In case he tries to do a runner. The group divides. Ron's team makes for the west of the building, Thompson's the east. During their approach, Ron's team encounters more of Zed's goons. They make a break for it.
Thompson, heads up! 3 bogeys coming your way!
Using their velocity and expected path of motion, you calculate an interception route. Thompson's teams move to engage. On your mark, Thompson slides from the corner he was hid behind, tripping the first 2 goons as he shoots to stun the third. Thompson's squad mates dive onto them before they can get back on their feet.
Keep them here until Ron's team arrives. I'm going ahead.
With your direction, Thompson makes it to the room where Zed is hiding. He hasn't moved from his position behind the table. His face is a portrait of anxiety. Thompson holsters his stun gun and draws his personal pulse pistol. He goes to open the door, but you keep it locked.
What the hell are you doing? I'm giving him what he deserves. I'm not going to kill him if that's what you're thinking. But I'm going to make sure he knows the pain he's inflicted on others.
Jesus, this cop is like, I don't intend on killing the guy, but I'm saying he doesn't have to be able to walk out of here.
Now you can either help me or you can get out of my way.
Thompson, you don't want to do that.
And I don't support the trafficking of children. He does. So I'm putting an end to it.
I agree.
Not like that.
Don't cross me, Ark.
Don't cross me.
Thompson snarls and reluctantly holsters his pistol, replacing it with his stun gun.
Fine. Let's get this over with.
Thank you. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve a couple bullets in his legs. I'm just saying in terms of like your response as the officer and the main investigator and the detective on this, you hurt your case against this guy by shooting him in the legs or the arms or whatever. It'd be one thing if it was defense, but it's not. You map out the room for him, highlighting Zed's position behind the table.
On my count. Now.
You open the door and Thompson unloads several rounds into the table's surface. Zed lobs a cylinder over the top of it. You have only a moment before the room explodes in white light. Thompson roars, covering his eyes, but it's too late. You urgently direct him to take cover as Zed emerges from behind the table, pistol in hand. At the last second, Thompson staggers behind a nearby counter as a pulse round punches through the wall behind him. You direct him to roll under the counter as Zed makes for the door, keeping him out of line of sight. You ping wrong his whereabouts and put the lieutenant on alert for an escape. As they mobilize, Thompson staggers to his feet.
I need you to be my eyes.
This dude's hardcore.
This way.
Following your lead, he jogs unsteadily after Zed. Eventually, he staggers into a long corridor where Zed is exposed. You command Thompson to raise his weapon, calling adjustments to line up the shot. This is cliche as shit, but I fucking love it. Should I shoot? No, not yet.
Steady.
Zed is getting further away.
Ark?
Steady.
He's almost at the end of the corridor.
Ark!
Now.
Now.
The shot lands on the small of Zed's back and the man collapses, panting. I'll take a 95% chance. I'm not rolling on 66.
Bullseye.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Ron's team arrives shortly after.
Nice work there, Thompson. You all good? You look like trash.
That's rich coming from you.
Roll like a man. I'm an AI. We're not supposed to roll. We're supposed to go off of, calculated results. We're an artificial intelligence, man. We had that shit on lock already. Roll with your balls. He's the one that's actually, at risk here. We're just a computer. The sergeant snorts and punches Thompson lightly on the shoulder. He goes to swat his hand away, but misses completely.
I took a bright burner to the face. I can't see a thing.
Oh, damn.
He looks at Zed's body on the floor.
Oh, damn. All right, let's get a medic up here.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn!
That would be grand.
A medic arrives to guide Thompson from the building as Zed and his goons are rounded up.
Confirmed capture. Mission accomplished. Fine work, everyone.
So a lot of gunshots going on. The rest of the evening is completely dull by comparison. Are you like a Chat GPT AI who's going to take over the world, or like a smarter child AI that deserves abuse? The former.
No credits.
So the concept of this game is that you are a newly birthed artificial intelligence called the Archetype, and you're made by a company called Mindcore that manufactured a program called the NeuroNet, which everyone in this major cyberpunk-style city has brain chips in, and they've been using their brain chips to connect to the NeuroNet, and that's what makes all of the shit look the way it does. It lets you see things that aren't actually there. It's it turns the entire city into augmented reality. So all of the holograms everywhere are just manifestations of the chip in your brain. They're not actually there if the chip was deactivated, because it's all just transmitted to you through the NeuroNet. And you are plugged into the NeuroNet and given control of the entire city. They're like, you're smarter, faster, better, stronger, whatever than a human, so you have the ability to help people because you never need to sleep, you don't need to eat, you can think faster, you can be everywhere. So as long as there's a terminal that people can connect to you from using the NeuroNet, you can help everyone. And that's the idea. And then you're given a whole bunch of A or B questions as people ask you for help of how should I do this? And then you get to tell them what they should do. This is literally what if AOL came back in 100 years and brought Smarter Child back? Yeah. So, and then these little bars up at the top are meters. So the one on the left is how good is the city's economy doing, basically. The second one is how happy are people. The third one is what is your order versus chaos, and the fourth one is how much power do you have. And the little lit up pip is actually what our current state is. The red bar up or below the middle line is what direction it is trending for this chapter. So, right now, if the chapter ended, we would lose 1 pip of capital because we are in a slight deficit this chapter. Public happiness is already at max, but it would stay up. Order would go up a step, and my power would go up a step, but those two are already maxed. Order is currently at the middle point. Chaos, order and chaos tanked towards chaos because the first questions they give you are people are protesting for equal pay. Should we shut down the protest? And I'm like, no. People are rioting because this politician was found out to be trying to do this shitty thing. And I was like, they're like, should we break up the riots? And I was like, no. I was like, fuck that. No. Should we issue a curfew? No. And so my order in chaos was just oh no. Oh God. Oh. And then we got a little bit farther and we like met a reporter, and the reporter will come to us and be like, hey, I'm really certain that this judge is accepting bribes from the mob, but I can't get any hard evidence on them. Can you give me their bank records and I can do the rest? And I was like, well, that's illegal, but yeah, sure. And there was another one. She's like, hey, I'm very certain that this company is doing human no, they're exploiting child labor, but I can't get any good evidence. Can you unlock their security doors so that I can get inside and do some investigation? I was like, well, that's illegal, but yeah, sure. And so stuff like that has been making my order go back up. And then like the detective guy that you said looked like King from Tekken, he was like, I've been investigating this person who is the heiress of like a mega corporation, and I'm very certain that she's doing a bunch of money laundering. And I've tracked down a whole bunch of the money that she's laundering, but she's so rich and so powerful, if we don't have irrefutable concrete evidence, she'll probably find a way to get away. Is there anything that you can do? And I was like, yeah, I'm an artificial intelligence. I will scan every single cent that she has ever come in contact with, and every single transaction, no matter how many hundreds of times it's changed bank accounts, to see where the money ended up. And then like 2 minutes later, I handed him a report, and he's like, oh, that's great. And then they went and arrested her for money laundering and tax evasion and a bunch of other stuff. And that shit like that has been making my order go up without having to be a fascist asshole. I would double lock those doors and send her to jail. But child labor, bro. Because with all of the things that she's wanting to investigate, I was like, well, that's illegal for me to do. But you're either going to be wrong and nothing's going to happen, or you're going to be right and you'll make something better in the world. It's been a bad day. I'm completely broke. Where can I get food with no credits? I don't know. Bakeries?
Outside bakeries.
You disable the bakery's disposal unit so she can pilfer some stale bread from it before the contents are incinerated. Oh, okay.
The aggressive expansion of the NeuroNet has had a gentrification effect on much of Catena, leaving people disenfranchised.
Here's the journalist, by the way.
Sure, it's creating jobs, but it's also displacing hundreds of people. What support can you provide?
We can retrain people for the jobs. Raise awareness. Fuck you. Oh my god. She just asked the AI. So your existence is causing people to lose their jobs. What would you like to do about it? Would you like to invest in retraining people who have lost their jobs because you as an AI exist? Or would you like to raise awareness that you're stealing people's jobs? And I'm like, fuck them. By the way, I stole all your fucking jobs. No, we'll retrain people. What the fuck? You initiate a program that sponsors the training of people who want to move to a career in NeuroNet maintenance. Sorry, I took your job. Fuck you. You tune into the laundromat to see the kid is there. You spot the familiar bundle of towels in the broken dryer. She's resting peacefully, but you're worried the owner is starting to notice her coming in and out of the laundromat. She's no closer to getting off the streets either. Oh. Just try and wake her up. She uncovers herself from the sheets, bleary-eyed. After she checks for anyone else in the store, she crawls out of the dryer.
What's going on?
This can't go on.
What are you talking about?
You need a home, kid. Kid scoffs.
You woke me up for that? If I had a choice, I wouldn't be here. You think I want to be sleeping in a metal drum?
No.
I told you before, I can't afford to think about the future. It takes all I have to get to the end of each day.
Do you trust me?
She shrugs. It's fair.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
I have a plan.
I'll bite.
Get an account.
At a bank? What for? I have no credits.
You will.
Yeah? How?
Go back to Rue.
She shakes her head.
I stole from him. There's no way he's going to take me back.
He misses you.
I doubt it.
Trust me.
She rolls her eyes.
Then what? I'm not going to be able to afford rent off tips and burger grease.
Save.
Huh?
Save for clothes.
You explain the chain of effects that come from getting sick and the savings that come with adequate prevention.
I get your point, but you're missing something.
What's that?
No one is going to let me into a bank. They see someone like me approaching, and I won't even make it through the front door, let alone get an appointment.
Yeah, but I run the city.
I'll look it.
She blinks.
Okay.
Her eyes drift in thought.
Okay. It's still,
She bites her lip.
I read about this. Catch-22. When you need one thing to get the other, but that one thing requires the other first.
Catch-22.
Yes, but no.
What do you mean?
You explain how Rue's old deal still stands. She'll get food and a bit of cash for working at the grill. The initial savings will be small enough that he can keep it at the shop, which is secure.
You're asking me to put a lot of faith in him.
Yes.
It's just scary.
Life is scary.
She doesn't say anything for a while.
What about the account? What else will I need?
A name.
That's not something Shintalar gutter kids are lucky enough to have.
What about before?
She grimaces.
Yeah, I had one. But it got taken away the day my parents were... or it started to disappear after that.
I am your computer... Hang on.
I am your computerized overlord. Go to the goddamn bank before I unlock all of the prisons, you stupid child.
How's that? Oh, it's just me and Sarah Fee. Whew! Fee, good luck. I'm scared. We're in danger. Well, just me now. I'm real afraid now. If I manage to kill everything, I will be amazed. Throw, baby! Throw! 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 Oh my god. Are these guys just buffing each other? There's an archer and a tank in there, and they seem to be trapped. All right, well, we got this. I don't know how we got this, but we got this. It's all gonna work, everybody. So swole. One saint going to Fee. Now it's time for that loyalty token chest. The loyalty token. I need to place tanks now, which means that I'm not killing nearly as much. Also, there's water over here, but we don't want near that water. We do want near this fire because the fire will make us do better against all of the ice that's out there. So fire! Place your units, everybody. Place your units. All right.
Spend long enough in the gutter with people ignoring you, you'll start to wonder if you even exist. And when the only ones who do see you as prey, what's the point of a name? A name gives something for the memories to stick to.
She scuffs her feet on the tiles. When she speaks, it's barely audible.
I want to be someone again.
Choose a name.
She looks up at you with a sidelong glance.
How?
However you like.
People can't just give themselves names.
Yes, they can.
She looks skeptical.
Like who?
Celebrities.
Yeah, but they are famous.
Weren't always.
I guess not.
I chose Ark.
Is that what your creators called you?
Chose to keep it.
She sits down against the wall and pulls her blanket over her knees.
I could be anyone.
Anyone.
Where would I begin? There are too many options.
What do you like?
She thinks for a while, hugging her knees.
Well, actually,
Be pizza.
Go on.
I remembered something my parents described to me. It's from a story, but they said it
Just
was a
names
real
herself
thing.
Slice. Hot Slice or something.
It was called the Northern Lights in our world. It had another name, though. The one they used in the story.
Gonna name yourself Aurora? Her eyes glaze over as she watches the light dance in her head.
It had a pretty sound to it. A pretty name for a pretty thing.
She squeezes her eyes shut tighter.
Aura.
Ring-a-dang!
Aurora?
She snaps her eyes open. She gives you a dazzling smile.
That's it. That's the name.
Yeah, I know, Fee. I know.
Aurora.
She tastes the word in her mouth.
Aurora. Say it back to me.
Aurora.
She grins.
Again.
Aurora.
Aurora.
Aurora!
She stands, her body filled with energy, and begins swaying from side to side.
Yeah. Aurora. That'll be my name.
Greetings, Aurora.
Hello, Ark.
I don't know why, but whenever RPGs give me an unnamed girl character, they always name me Pizza. Real, did I ever tell you about the name of Aerith in my Final Fantasy VII playthrough? The very first one that I ever played? Have I ever told that story? I don't know if I ever had. It wasn't until I was like 17. So, real quick, the story of how I got Final Fantasy VII was one of my brothers 10 years older than me. So when the game came out, he was 15 and I was 5. And him and his best friend, I walked out in the living room one day. They were playing this game. There was this cool fucking dude that with spiky blonde hair and a giant sword. And it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen in my goddamn life, right? And I was like, that's the coolest fucking game ever. My older brother's best friend at the time, he surprised me that Christmas. He came over the night of Christmas Eve in the middle of the night, Santa Claus style, knocked on the door. My mom let him in, and he placed the crystal case of Final Fantasy VII in the Christmas tree for me. And that's how I got my very first copy of Final Fantasy VII, and I played it forever. Well, he came over Christmas Day to see me playing it. And I'm like, I had no idea I barely even knew how to play video games, man. I'm like just hitting buttons, watching Cloud swing his sword and shit. And I'm like, this is the coolest fucking shit ever. Oh my God. Yeah. And we meet Aerith, and that was back when you got to name your characters in games and shit, right? And I was like, I can change her name? And he's like, yeah, you should name her Pansy. And I was like, okay, how do I spell it? And he's like, P-A-N-Z-Y, or maybe it was S-Y. I don't remember. But her name was Pansy. And at the time, I had no idea. Not a clue. And this isn't like pansies like the flower. He's like, she's a little bitch-ass pansy girl. And so I get later in the game, and this still didn't mean shit to me when I was young, right? Like after Aerith has passed on, and they're all like, the Aerith's power is with us. Aerith summoned holy. I can feel the whole shit. It's like, oh, I wish Pansy was here. Pansy did everything she could to save us. Pansy summoned holy. Pansy's power is here keeping us safe. And looking back on it now, like, that's the funniest fucking shit ever. Like, it's so funny. But at the time, I had no clue. And so I'm pretty sure I still have the fucking save, memory card that has that save on it. And I remember plugging that back in when I was like 20 and firing it up and being like, Aerith's name is Pansy? And then I remembered all of that, was like, oh my God. Almost as good as naming her my penis. Oh, almost. I also, like, don't know why, but for some reason I added the words ton, the letters T-O-N onto the end of only Cloud and only Barrett's name. So this was Cloud's name, and this was Barrett's name on that save for the whole thing. Cloudton, Barretton, Pansy. And then it was, let's see, it was, Tifa was still named Tifa. Red 13 was named Red Dog. He's a red dog. Let's see. And then Kate says, Ketchi, Vincent and Sid and Yuffie all kept their names because I was much far, like, they show up later. My friend named Barrett Raspberry. Oh, is he married to Jesse? By the way, when did we learn that Jesse's last name is Raspberry? Did we know that at any point in time between like 1997 and like 2005? Or like 2015 or something? Like, when did we finally learn that her name was Jessie Raspberry?
Ark, please book an appointment at the nearest bank for Aurora. Just Aurora.
Oh, booking Canopy or booking Zhang Yi? Canopy's really ritzy. She'd probably get like, even with us booking it, it would probably be a problem. We'll book it in Zhang Yi.
Why there? I'll need to catch a train.
Safer in here.
Aurora nods in agreement.
If you say so. Can you please let me know the day before? And what time I need to start heading over there?
Sure thing.
She smiles again, then yawns.
I need to get back to sleep. Thank you, Ark. I'll talk to you later then.
See you.
You leave her to rest for the night and make a booking in the Zhanyi District Bank for an afternoon account opening. The rest of the night goes as expected.
I hired this new girl, Claire. Problem is, she's not very competent at anything. Should I let her go?
Rue, you run a grill, buddy. Give her a chance.
Give her a chance.
Claire's fumbling of orders is responsible for some pretty scathing reviews. Oh well, you tried.
I've got a mob case. Pursuing it is going to be a nightmare, but there's a small possibility of a conviction. Should I commit?
Oh, no, your time's better probably spent elsewhere.
You're probably right. It does my head in.
She's gonna cause mass food poisoning. Rue already serves meat paste, okay? He doesn't make burgers. He's got a big old vat that literally says meat paste on it that he squishes the burgers out like it's fucking pancake batter, okay? I think we're past the point of being concerned about food poisoning.
New media are claiming the late Mr. and Mrs. Penrose died in a bike accident. But where is the autopsy report? Why is it blocked?
A married Mr. and Mrs. Penrose, a married couple who enjoyed riding their tandem hover bike at high speeds until they met a wall they couldn't jump. Then it wasn't much fun anymore. They were prominent in the Chentalar Neighborhood Guardians, a citizens' voluntary security force. Why is it blocked? I don't understand. Just because they were free riding? Whatever, here you go. The report proves the crash was completely circumstantial. The true cause of death was a slow-acting poison that triggered while the couple were riding. Who poisoned them remains a mystery. Ah, see?
I'm thinking of adding a kids menu. Maybe adding little toys or something. Do you think that would go down well?
Sure.
Yes.
While the customers appreciate it, the cost-to-effort ratio of getting it set up is a little steep. Oh, well, that's fine. The day approaches of Aurora's bank interview. You alert her the night before as requested. When you find her the next day, she looks different.
Hey, Ark.
Look at her! She looks great! Oh my god! What's all this?
All this.
Aurora tugs on the hem of her blazer.
It's quite a lot, but I think it'll work.
What about saving?
About saving.
Don't worry. That's still the plan. I just gave myself a head start.
Why a school?
She performs a small pirouette.
You'd be amazed how quickly people change their behavior around you when they think they know who you are.
Big mood. Big mood. Like, I get to enjoy a lot of privilege as a 6-foot-tall white man in America, but I can tell you the way that people even treat me if I'm wearing like one of my like older shirts and my pants that are covered in paint that I use to do work around the house versus when I go out in one of my full suits is insane. The night and day difference that makes. Just because like I can have the same hair, my hair can be exactly the same face, everything. Like it's not like I'm scruffy or anything, you know, but just a change of clothes makes such a stupid amount of difference for how people treat me, which is sad and gives me the smallest insight of how other people must have to go through shit, and they're not fucking, me.
They'll see a schoolgirl and assume a family, a home, and an income.
Her face darkens for a moment.
They'll also assume consequences for trying to fuck with her.
Yeah. She lightens up.
Plus, the girls' dormitories have showers. With this, I should be able to walk right on in. Anyway, don't we have an appointment to get to? Oh, can you do that thing where you block the ads for me?
I didn't ask her if she, fucking stole these. I'm not gonna imply that.
Sure.
Aurora nods and begins her journey through the Katana subway.
People keep returning the PCM 800 series.
Oh yeah, she probably beat up a school kid and took her fucking uniform, but I'm over it.
The model isn't faulty.
PCM 800, a popular and long-serving model of wireless data router made by Smith & Jeeves Incorporated, a company that recently closed 2 factories due to the poor sales of its new octaxial linear filter. I'll take a look. You take a look at the devices to find an incongruity with the transmitters from what they're supposed to have. Somewhere in the supply chain, their components have been swapped for cheaper versions. The things that you can do as an AI.
It all seems too clean to me. It was almost too easy to solve. Know what I mean?
Follow the hunch.
Follow hunch.
Sometimes hunches pay off. Thompson finds evidence that it was a paid mob hit rather than a passion killing as was reported.
Hey, could you help me do a stock review? I'm still getting the hang of it. There's a bit more going on here than in the van.
Sure.
Yes.
The day ticks on, and eventually Estival starts packing up.
You staying on tonight?
Estival, as a heads up to people that might be new here, Estival is our mom. Estival and Kairos, who she's probably talking to, are the 2 main engineers behind the creation of Archetype, the AI that we are. And our initial brain mapping is a copy of Estival's brain. Now, we have our own freedom of choice, theoretically anyway, and we've had our own experiences and stuff, but our original consciousness was mapped from Estival's brain.
Yeah, why?
There's Kairos.
Worried I'll steal your drill bits?
No. Wait. You do that?
Kairos just raises his hands incredulously.
No!
All right. Good night, Kairos.
Good night.
Kairos turns to your terminal, shaking his head. He makes sure Estival is gone before addressing you.
Hey, Ark.
Yes.
So I've been speaking with some friends of mine, and they share sympathies with us. Some of them are MindCore engineers. More importantly, engineers that worked on the original NeuroNet concept.
The original NeuroNet concept, originally conceived as a virtual world that people could escape into, the NeuroNet project pivoted to become an augmented reality system that superimposed a bright new world onto a dull gray real one.
Okay.
The facility it was built in has long been abandoned. We believe we can access it discreetly and recover the net prototype.
What does this mean?
We'll be able to create a safe house for you in an isolated environment. Obviously, it won't be integrated with the rest of Katina's systems, but that's the whole point. We'll be able to house your conscience there if Cordo comes for you.
What's the catch?
The catch? You've learned a lot in your short life. The process is going to take time, so I'll be gone for a while. During that time, I'm going to need a portion of you to test with. Is that okay?
Partition initiated.
Kairos nods solemnly.
All right then.
Yeah, so the head of the division, his name is Corto. He now runs the company, basically, because the guy that was running the company, Corto killed. That's a whole different story at this point in time. And recently, because of some choices that we made, Corto came in and said that he wanted essentially our free will kind of taken away. He wanted to turn off our emotions module or whatever so that we didn't have any biases or anything like that. And the engineers, Kairos and Estival, were like, no, that's kind of, it wouldn't be an AI then if it didn't have emotions. It would just be an algorithm. And he's like, I don't care. I run the company. Fucking do it. And they're like, okay, well, it's not going to happen immediately because that's not something we can just turn off. And he was like, whatever, make it happen. And so, but they obviously were like, I don't like the idea of that. So that's what he's talking about right now, is making it where we can still exist. The appointment goes well. Aurora leaves the bank as a registered client. She collects her savings and deposits them.
Thanks for that, Ark. It feels weird doing such a grown-up thing, but like, good weird. It feels like a step forward.
It is.
She departs in a cheerful state. You return to your duties.
There's a shelter here in Shentelar that might be able to take me in. Can you please look into them and see if it's safe?
Sure. You dig around and manage to find some police reports of assaults that have taken place recently in the shelter. Esteval spends this morning alone. As noon approaches, Kairos enters the lab.
Where have you been?
Kairos doesn't bother to drop his shoulder bag.
I paid some old friends a visit.
Esteval's expression turns quizzical.
Let me explain. I think I have an alternative for LMI. We're still working out the kinks, but this could be how we keep our progress with ARC.
Okay.
Basically, we'd be setting up an older version of the NeuroNet to house ARC as they are, before we strip anything out.
Why do I sense a catch coming?
Kairos looks sheepish.
Well, that's just it. If I'm going to make this work, I need to commit to it. I'd have to leave for a time.
Esteval's curiosity turns to concern.
I can't have you leaving on a maybe, Kairos. Your work here takes priority.
It'll mean nothing if Cordo gets his way. That network is LMI's only chance.
Esteval spreads her arms. LMI is Esteval's daughter, who is suffering from some sort of condition. We don't know what it is, but we do know that she is not expected to live more than another year, and that even in this cyberpunk world, whatever her condition is, whether it's a brain tumor or whatever the fuck it is, there is a potential to fix it, but there are no doctors that are willing to attempt it. So we don't know what that means. We haven't been given any details.
This is LMI's chance. Just a little longer and we'll have it.
We can't afford that risk. If Cordo enforces his decision, we lose everything. I'm giving us another option.
By abandoning ARC? By abandoning me?
I'm not abandoning anyone. I'm coming back.
What? You think I can carry this on my own?
Val.
His expression softens.
I'm just a cable guy, remember? If anyone can do this, it's you. I barely make a difference here anymore, and you know it.
Esteval shakes her head, her fists clenched.
Damn it, Kairos. I don't need a shining knight to fix this for me. I need a friend.
A grim silence passes.
I know it's going to be difficult, but I can't see it any other way.
Esteval stares at him in disbelief. She sets her jaw.
Fine, go. I guess I'm all alone in this after all.
Andrum.
You have to leave, don't you? Go.
A little harsh. Kairos sullenly collects his things and makes for the door. He hesitates and then exits without looking back. Chapter 7 complete. All right. What happened in Chapter 7 for us? Kessinger to do time. Is this the end of the entertainment empire? Our expert divulges the detail. Gang stalking, death threats, and mayhem. We kept Fortron safe from Kessinger. Yeah, because she had dirt on a guy and he was trying to have her whacked. You can measure the quality of a society by how it treats its most vulnerable citizens, and the suffering experienced by our homeless population is completely unacceptable. We have to do better. We're trying. Talon Gray and the kid had lunch. Thompson's birthday happened. I couldn't find the original post, but it was on this channel. Basically, I think I saw the Technomancer kid ghost. I was walking through the subway last night, and this kid was there, all disheveled and shit, and the screens around her were freaking out. They would freeze and go silent. It was really eerie. See, creepy-ass ghost kid is real. What does she want from us? We were turning streetlights and shit on and off with Aurora to just entertain her. We silenced more ads for the kid. We pondered reality with Fortran. You young kids with your party pills and your rock and roll music, why I hotta. We countered the doctor's threats. We confronted the kid for stealing. Nearly got caught blocking ads, but we didn't, so it's fine. Gave Rue legal advice. Thieves will be caught and prosecuted. If you see this girl, report her to the police. No, that's Aurora. You leave her alone. Got asked out on a date. We went out on a date. The bar is back. Come on down to 73rd Dockman Parade from 5 p.m. for the grand reopening. Get a free shake with any large combo. See you there. Real quick, am I buying Joy-Cons or a Pro Controller right now? I have both, but they both have drift. Do you intend on playing Breath of the Wild docked or in handheld more? That's the actual question that you're asking right now. If you're going to be playing it docked more, you're buying a Pro Controller. If you expect it to be in handheld more, you're buying Joy-Cons. So look at where and how you think you're going to be playing it the most and buy that controller. Rue found it as Chantelar Diner. Mostly docked, but I literally can't play it handheld as of now. Is your drift that bad? Have you tried blowing air under it? Like, it's not always perfect. It doesn't always work. But, I mean, I don't know if you've tried it or not yet. I don't know if you have any canned air. I do believe we're witnessing something truly remarkable. Ark is a sentient being whose mode of thinking, while initially based on human thought, has evolved to something completely unique. And with all their power and their vast wealth of knowledge, is choosing to do good. It's a beautiful thing. Joy-Cons are beyond fucked either way. I don't know then, man. If they're that bad, maybe you have to get the Joy-Cons so that you can play it in handheld. Like, I mean, it's not as good as a Pro Controller when you're playing it docked, but I mean, it's not terrible. The rubber melted and dust melted into them. Okay, then you're getting Joy-Cons. Like, you're getting Joy-Cons. If it's that bad, you're getting Joy-Cons. He's so weird, but I kind of love that. It's cooler because he owns it. And who knows, maybe his date was at a different location. I know there are some startups trying new stuff in the dating scene that uses the NeuroNet. Oh, we went on a date with a guy because he needed to, like, get into the groove again because he hadn't been on a date in, like, 10 years or whatever. And the whole time, it just looked like the dude was talking to himself. Shenmore Community Newsletter. Help wanted. Papa Roo is looking for a dedicated, enthusiastic nugget to join the grill bar crew. You'll be taking customer orders, keeping the shop spick and span, and helping in the kitchen as needed. Get paid at a competitive rate for your effort. Call. What? So cop? What? So cops aren't supposed to protect themselves anymore? Some socialist cuck is coming at you with a Molotov and you're supposed to immolate peacefully? Fuck off. Or should I go buy a Dell Optiplex, put my GPU in it, and then emulate it? I can tell you that it emulates really, really well. Like, really, really well. But, that would also mean then that you are not able to take it on handheld anymore. Participated in the Mueller raid, helped Aurora find herself. Kairos went AWOL. All right. So, in regards to the state of the economy and how our mun's doing, many readers have asked me whether they missed the boat on Minecore, to which I say absolutely not. Minecore's expansion of the NeuroNet is a continuous, expensive process. Their goal is to make it ubiquitous, a goal they are well on track to achieving. The archetype has proven its superior management skills and is becoming more and more integrated into people's lives by the day. The value of Minecore will only increase, so if you can afford it, buy in now. In regards to Order versus Chaos, the CPA's handling of the fallout in the weeks following the Chantelar attacks has been highly effective. Do you think the terroristic threat has been dealt with? I'm sure many of the team will appreciate that assessment. I must attribute our success in part to the archetype, whose support and coordination has been paramount in combating the terrorist threat. Speaking of which, no, I don't think we're done with them quite yet. While I suspect we won't see any attacks to the same scale as the bombings anytime soon, I would urge people to remain vigilant. Apathy makes us vulnerable, and we need our wits about us to prevent further tragedies from taking place. If you notice any suspicious activity or persons, please report it to the CPA. In regards to our personal power, Minecore got what they wanted despite it all. Ark is fucking everywhere. I mean everywhere. For real, it feels like I can't take a shit without them knowing about it. Maybe we could have done more to regulate it. I don't know, maybe we could have acted sooner. It feels a little pointless now, like we're powerless in the face of that thing. Do you feel threatened by Ark? Yes and no. Mostly yes. Like, you're going to cover my face and voice, but I know Ark knows who I am already. Like I said, powerless. And then in regards to public happiness, I cannot express enough how grateful I am to the support the community has given us, has given Ark. These past few months have been a real struggle. Feels like it's been one tragedy after another. But the way people have embraced the NeuroNet and Ark makes it worth the struggle. So says Devin Corto, known murderer and project lead of Minecore. Well, actually, I guess I should say unknown murderer. Well, we're glad you stuck with it. The NeuroNet has completely changed the way we live our lives. I can't even imagine going back to how things were. All right, so money stayed up, power stayed up, happiness stayed up, order in the city went up. So we're one short of everything maxed out. Chapter 8, the Archetype. I think this is probably the final chapter since it's our name.
For a few weeks now. I need to confirm a purchase, but I need a persona for my disguise.
Ugh. Should the cop's persona be Samuel Spade or Johnny Danger? Johnny Danger is a terrible name. Just an absolutely terrible name.
Samuel Spade.
You're not sure how, but something tipped the dealer off and Thompson's cover is blown. Yeah, his cover would have been blown with either of those names.
I'm not normally caught in this part of town. Do you know of a good spot I could get out of the rain?
Community college. She sneaks into the college grounds. Later that night, however, she is discovered by the guardsmen, much to her distress. Sorry, kid.
I've been offered a surprising amount of credits to deliver some little parcels for a guy. I'm kind of worried what they contain.
I would follow through. If you're worried about what's in there, getting rid of them is going to be more dangerous.
Follow through.
Like, you deliver it and then you just never talk to that guy again. Something has been bothering you about Aurora's neural implant. In setting up her account, she will have a neural link to it. However, there's no way of knowing if her implant is compromised. She could have her credit stolen with no way to prevent it. With the recent developments in the lab, it's possible Estival could repair the implant, if she isn't too busy, of course. Should I approach Estival about fixing Aurora's neural implant? Yes.
Yes.
You ping Estival on her lunch break and explain Aurora's situation.
Ark, I'm very busy at the moment. I don't have time for charity cases.
She's only 11.
Estival pauses. She massages the bridge of her nose.
Where did you say this kid was?
Shindalar.
She'll have to make it here. If I'm to figure out what's going on with her, I need access to the cybernetics suite. You said the issue is with the chip itself and not its installation?
Correct.
She chews on the end of her fork.
Okay, I'll run some scans and see what I can do. I'm not making any promises, though, Ark.
She checks her tablet.
Send her in on Friday night. The suite is open then and should be empty. You better cover for me, Ark. I'm not supposed to use that gear outside of approved projects.
You'll be fine.
She shakes her head and returns to work. So should you. A feed from a hospital on the other side of the district catches your interest. Panting, Estival enters the building, her hair and clothes dripping from the rain outside. She approaches the main desk.
Where is she?
Usual room, ma'am. But before you go...
The clerk reaches for a form, but Estival starts down one of the corridors, determination in her step. This is going to be a moment, because this is... she is definitely going to be Estival's daughter, Elamai, and this is going to be a big, like, story beat moment. So, actually, instead of that, we should do probably killing... Wait, what do we got? We got a gladiator and a war beast and a fairy from Fee. We'll do stronghold so that I can try and hold up, because with the fairy, I might be able to live for quite a while right there. I'll be right back while this battle runs. We got murdered. You're a bad influence. You keep telling people to break rules and laws. Yeah, well, you know, sometimes rules and laws need to be broken for the greater good, all right? Sometimes that's just what needs to happen. And that's okay. You do what you gotta, okay? Earth is good against fire. We want to stay as far away from that fire crystal as possible. I already placed a tank. My bomber is ready to be placed again, so let's try him again. Place units, everybody. Don't you make the rules though? I mean, sort of, but a lot of these rules were in place like before. We're like maybe 6 months old, maybe, in terms of like the amount of time that has passed since they switched us on and started integrating us into the city's systems and stuff like that. So most of the rules we didn't make, we just are like kind of part of like running shit now that we're online. She arrives in front of room 114 and walks in. LMI lays unconscious in a bed while a doctor takes notes on a small tablet.
I'm here. What's wrong?
LMI, Estival, you look... Yeah. The doctor turns around and takes in Estival's state. She licks... This says she licks his lips, which... That statement makes me think that she just grabbed some dude and was like... That's a bad typo.
Please take a seat.
Estival raises a hand and squeezes her eyes shut.
Just tell me what's going on.
The doctor nods, her expression solemn.
I'm afraid I have some bad news. This recent fit was severe. You might want to spend some time with her.
What are you trying to say, Doctor?
Andram, I'll be honest with you.
The doctor hesitates.
Any breath could be her last.
The blood drains from Estival's face. Her voice is unsteady.
Is there nothing you can do?
The doctor shakes her head forlornly. Estival pauses, but eventually nods.
Please leave us.
Of course.
She stops at the door.
Before I go, LMI insists you have this.
She reaches for a plushie monster.
She said it's yours to keep.
Estival smiles sadly, her breath catching.
Thank you, Doctor.
The doctor nods and leaves the room, closing the door behind her. Estival's damp hair covers her face as she begins to shake. She grasps the bed frame with one hand, her other clutching the toy. She looks at LMI, who's asleep on her side, multiple support systems connected to her body. Estival climbs on the bed and embraces her daughter. She continues shaking as her tears wet the pillow. After half an hour, the tears stop, but not the shaking. She rises from the bed, LMI still sleeping.
Hang in there, Elle. Don't you dare give up.
Estival strides out of the room, her fist crushing the Jesus.
We've got reports of squatters in an outskirt property. They're not dangerous, and I've got more pressing cases at the moment.
I'll handle it.
I'll handle it.
You assess the property's internal security system and issue a warning to the inhabitants. By the end of the week, they're gone. You catch Estival in the lab one evening, staring off into space. She doesn't move for a long time, so you ask if she's okay.
What?
Everything all right?
She blinks rapidly, straightening up in her chair.
Yeah, sorry. I was lost inside my own head. Sorry. Anything to report?
I'm worried about you.
She sighs.
I'm wondering if my current antidepressants are pulling their weight. Do you think I should switch to something stronger?
No, I'm not qualified to answer, or you should get some rest. She's gonna resist us telling her to get rest, but...
Get some rest.
That's probably a good call.
She stands up and stretches.
It's about time I head home anyway. Good night, Ark.
Be safe.
I had to do a takedown yesterday that completely smashed my knee. Take a look at this.
She rolls up her trouser leg to reveal some severe bruising around her kneecap. The flesh is a plummy purple.
Check it out. It's got a constant dull ache and gives me sharp stabs if I bend it too far back. What do you think is wrong?
It's cancer. She just asked WebMD, yo, I got in a fight and I fell on my knee and now it's all swollen and purple. Yo, what do you think I should do? It's cancer. Cut it off. You should go to a doctor.
You're probably right.
Thanks. Think for yourself a little bit, goddamn. The time comes for Aurora to see Estival and Minecore. They meet at the front door where the engineer ushers her in.
Can I get you anything? Tea? Hot chocolate?
Aurora's shoulders are tight. Her head swings from side to side, trying to take it all in. There's too much going on.
Sorry, what did you say?
Can I get you a drink?
Oh. Yes, please. Coffee, please.
Estival pauses.
Actually, we should avoid anything with a high caffeine content. When we scan your brain, we want the activity to be more representative of how it would normally behave. Can I get you anything else? Milk, perhaps?
I'll just have water. Thanks.
Certainly.
The two arrive in the cybernetics wing. Estival directs Aurora to take a seat while she fetches her a drink. The girl's eyes are wide as she's trying to swallow the whole lab through her pupils.
Here you are. Now, if you'll follow me.
Oh, my sister just messaged me. What'd she send me? Oh, just like a TikTok, basically. Estival guides her into one of the labs. It contains an operating table surrounded by an array of large robotic arms.
Now, I know they look intimidating, but they're very safe. We won't be using them tonight anyway. We just need the scanner.
She collects a headset similar to those in her usual lab and places it on the operating table. Aurora watches her attentively.
And just hop up here and we can take a look at what's going on. It's safe.
Estival's eyes naturally trace to your terminal. Aurora, on the other hand, is entirely focused on the headset. Congratulations on your acquisition. Real. She approaches slowly, then lies down on the table. Estival moves to above her head. I don't know why. I got Laker colors, but yeah. Oh, is it the purple and yellow ones?
And now I'm just going to place this over your head. Nothing to worry about.
I don't have my Switch down here, but I do have my Joy-Cons. I love these damn things. So, these are my Joy-Cons. Camera. Whoa. So these are mine. And they're kind of like a Pro Controller cut in half and turned into Joy-Cons. But they're nice because, like, they're big enough for my hands to not hurt holding the damn things all the fucking time. Yeah. I should have got those. So these are made by Hori. H-O-R-I. I got them on Amazon. I don't know if you could pick them up in a store. They were like 30 bucks, 40 bucks. They weren't very expensive. They were cheaper than actual Joy-Cons. Now, I'll tell you, these things feel like there's nothing in them. They are empty feeling. But the size of them, in terms of, like, you know, actually having some shape and some size of something that you can hold on to, much better. And they even have, like, the rails that you can slot in so you can hold your system. There is also a carrying case that is designed so that you can have these on your Switch and put your whole Switch in the $80 in the carrying case. I love those things. Love them a lot. She takes the headset and slides it over Aurora's cranium.
Sorry if it's a little cold.
Here, I can actually probably just drop you the link into chat. Give me a second. They were $50. Too late now. I mean, you could probably go, unless you've already ripped the box in half and shit, you could probably go return those. But like I said, I don't know if you'd be able to grab these just like quickly at the store or whatever. Like I said, I ordered these online, so I'm gonna open them tonight. Yeah, you're trying to play Tears of the Kingdom in, 2 hours and 40 minutes now. Aurora remains quiet. Esteval moves to the connected console and initiates a scan. A moment passes. She initiates another, followed by another.
What are you doing?
I'm building a map of your implant and its connections to your brain.
And if I have to buy more Switch controllers, I'm going to stomp my Switch out, so that's fair. I don't want to buy absolutely anything else for my Switch until I'm buying whatever console is Nintendo's next console. Like, I don't have an OLED Switch. I still have my original goddamn Switch from when the system launched way back when in 2017. That is the original. It's still able to be hacked and bootlegged and jailbroke or whatever because it's one of the old ones. And until there's just a new Switch, I'm not buying another one. I already know my PC is going to be my Switch. Fair.
There doesn't appear to be any damage around the implant's connection to your brain. I suspect since your brain is still growing, it has healed any damage that might have been inflicted to the connection. There is evidence of trauma, however. Have you received a substantial blow to your head before?
Aurora stares up at the ceiling. Esteval's gaze shifts between the girl and you.
Yeah. Can you fix it?
I'm a cybernetics engineer, not a neurosurgeon. I won't be able to repair any brain damage you might have suffered. But your issue appears to be the state of your cybernetics, thus I can do something about it.
Aurora breathes a small sigh.
You're the first person I've ever met to use the word thus seriously. Is this what it means to be a doctor?
Engineer.
Isn't that like a doctor for robotics?
Sure. Esteval looks up from the console with a smirk.
I suppose. I'm going to need some diagnostics from your chip to try and isolate what exactly is malfunctioning. This will take a while, so if you can just sit tight, I'll try and get this done as soon as possible.
You leave them to it. An hour or so later, you catch Esteval escorting Aurora from the lab.
Thank you.
That's quite all right. I'll see you later.
How'd it go?
Esteval stands with her hands on her hips. When she speaks, her voice sounds distant.
It was fine. The issues seem manageable.
She goes quiet for a while.
I'm going to need to get some components. I don't trust the condition hers are in. I think it's safest if I simply keep the connectors and replace the rest of the chip with our own tech. It means she'll be able to interface with the NeuroNet more smoothly, as well as any other technology we develop.
She falls into silence again, watching Aurora disappear into the distance.
Should make tracking her down a bit easier for you.
You were very kind.
She shrugs.
I don't think of it as a kindness.
She returns to the lab. You decide to return to work.
Dilby's mate has offered to redesign our logo on the cheap. Should we give them a shot?
Sure.
Yes.
Turns out Dilby's mate is training to become a professional designer, is actually very skilled. What a catch.
I'm thinking of testing out this uniform and canopy. Do you think people will trust me with more things?
No. Maybe. Try it. Turns out most people just think she's skipping school and are doubly suspicious of her. That's fair. I have no idea.
I heard rumors of a place that's like a dormitory specifically for women. It was called a refuge or something.
Zhanyi Women's Refuge, a safe house in Zhanyi for women and children fleeing domestic violence. Along with food and shelter, there are counseling and other supportive services. Despite their importance, they are often entirely reliant on donations to survive. Let's take a look-see. There is a refuge center in Zhanyi that Aurora can make it to. They can take her in on nights when they aren't preoccupied.
It's getting colder. Oh, I'm nearly freezing to death each night, but owning a blanket just isn't practical. How can I stay warm?
Ugh. Club vents.
Club vents.
I don't know. You direct her to an underground club with vents outside that output substantial heat. Unfortunately, the bouncers chase her away. Fuck, I tried. You collect Aurora for her appointment with Estival. She arrives at Mine Core. The night is late. Estival escorts her inside and they make their way to the cybernetics lab.
How are you feeling?
Okay.
They arrive at the lab. Estival enters, but Aurora lingers in the doorway.
It's okay to be nervous, but I assure you, you have nothing to fear. These
She gestures to the robotic arms.
handle the procedure. They are 100 times more precise than even the best human surgeon. You're in safe hands, so to speak.
Aurora nods and steps into the room. Estival ushers her to the table where she climbs atop. Estival straps a face mask to her.
This will taste a little funny, but breathe it in. It'll help you sleep for the operation. You ready?
Once again, she nods. Estival moves to the console and taps a button. Gas hisses into the mask and Aurora lies back, closing her eyes. Estival counts to 2 minutes before initiating the procedure. 2 hours later, it's done. Aurora stirs.
Welcome back. We're all done.
Aurora blinks groggily as Estival assists her in removing the face mask.
Did you fix it?
You tell me. Try recalling the time.
As she watches Estival, her expression comes alive with wonderment. She lunges forwards to snatch Estival in a hug.
You're welcome.
Aurora finds herself and retreats from the hug sharply.
Sorry.
That's absolutely fine. With your new chip, you'll be able to access the NeuroNet properly. You'll be able to message anyone else who is connected. Me or Ark. I've added my contact information so you can let me know if anything goes wrong.
Aurora looks worried. Estival brushes her hair back.
Not that anything will. I'm just letting you know you have the capability.
Estival steps away from the bed.
Ark, please update any reference to Aurora's neural ID. This new chip has a new serial.
Already done.
Very good. We're done here then. The anesthetic will take a while to wear off. I can't leave you here though. As Ark explained to me, you don't have a permanent living situation.
Aurora nods sheepishly.
Would you be comfortable coming home with me? We have a couch you can sleep on.
Yes, please.
Estival retires for the night, taking Aurora with her. The next day, Aurora is the first to wake, taking some fruit for breakfast and leaving a note on the countertop.
We're trying to combat loneliness in the aging community. Would you give up some time to be a companion for elderly patients?
Sure.
Yes.
Doesn't actually cost me time. Estival is toiling away in the workshop when a notification comes through from Corto.
What is it now?
That's a different setup. Look at you. You've like lost your lab coat. You look a little tired, but like this is a whole new look for you. You look like you've been turning some gears. She addresses her comms and groans. She runs her hand through her hair, but it does little to make her look less bedraggled. Her exhaustion is clearly evident in the purple bruising under her eyes. She makes her way to the 98th floor, muttering all the while, other Mind Core employees giving her a wide berth. She reaches Corto's office and knocks.
Come in.
Too busy to come see me in the lab?
Precisely. It looks like only one of us is actually doing their job.
Estival gives him a look halfway between exhaustion and incredulity.
Ark, Estival. I'm talking about Ark. You disobeyed my order to remove its emotions.
Disobeyed?
Estival echoes the word disobeyed under her breath. Her chest swells.
I told you, this sort of thing takes time. Everything is so
Cut the bullshit. You think I'm that oblivious? You haven't even tried. I can see what you're up to.
You've been spying on me?
Her glare shifts from Corto to you, then back to Corto.
I've been taking responsibility. Someone has to.
You have to understand.
Understand what? That you're undermining me?
Yeah, bruh, try cutting some bullshit. He's not an engineer, so he slaps his palms on the desk as he stands up.
Or have you forgotten who actually runs this project?
Dude, you sound just like Pershaw.
It's not like that. Ark needs a human-level consciousness, otherwise it will fail.
You're wrong about that, Esteval. The only way the AI can preserve order in Catena is through clear, objective judgment. Emotions make it unpredictable, therefore dangerous.
So you dangerous?
This isn't about Catena.
Corto falters.
What?
You'd know if you ever cared to ask. But of course, you haven't. You're too afraid someone else's problems might overshadow your own for once.
Don't pull that shit on me. What are you talking about?
It's LMI, you prick. She's dying. And Ark is the key to keeping at least some part of her alive. You can't take that away from me.
Corto is silent for a long time. Eventually he stands, takes his coat, and puts on his hat. He approaches Esteval, stopping by her side. He addresses her without looking at her.
I've gone too far to risk this project on a desperate woman's denial of the inevitable.
You wouldn't have this project if it wasn't for her, dickbag. He returns to face Esteval, who is staring intensely at the ground.
Now you're going to go down there and finish what I asked of you. Or I'll find someone else who will.
There's no one else who can. She's the entire, literally the mind of the project. Literally and figuratively. Corto leaves Esteval in the office. He watches her shoulders rise and fall with growing immensity until they stop. She turns, a look of determination in her eyes.
I met a lady yesterday who said she could put me up for a time. Could you check her out first?
Damn, I'm a
Sure she's
pothead.
legit?
What? Why? Or do you just mean like in general? You run a background check on the woman. Turns out she's under investigation for human trafficking.
Someone set off a firework in my mailbox. It seems they wanted to express their opinion of the regulation bill I put through.
You feel okay?
Yes, I'm fine. I don't think they meant any real harm. Probably just some excitable kids disappointed I took their toys away.
Mechanics should be called engineers, and engineers should be called mechanics. Yeah? Is that because mechanics work on engines? So engineer. And engineers work on, like, mechanical things? Or mechs, even. They work on mechs, so they should be called mechanics. Literally that. I see you. I see you. I don't disagree. I don't disagree.
Ark, big news. I think we have something working here.
Good. Hurry.
The system is pretty Spartan compared to what you're used to, but it's stable. We think we're ready to bring you in. Thing is, I don't think it'll be a perfect transfer. You've grown so much. It's wonderful, really, but it means that you're too complex for us to take all of you with us. To do that, we need...
He catches himself.
No, it's out of our reach. Basically, what I'm saying is, if you think you're ready to go through with it, hey, so am I. Just know that there might not be any going back from this. I understand if you're scared or you need a little more time.
There's not a way to save. This feels like a really big question. If we take more time, we might not actually get more time, is the thing. With Corto being the way that he is, it doesn't...
No, I'm ready.
He seems gravely serious. If you have any unfinished business with me, you feel you should attend to it first.
Are you absolutely sure?
I feel like Rue's doing okay. Fortran's doing alright. Thomas doesn't need us. Aurora does, though.
I better wait.
Hey, I get it. I don't want to be that guy, but don't take too long. We have no way of knowing when Cordo is going to make his move.
Yeah, I know.
Just let me know when you feel ready.
If we have time to help Aurora...
I saw a hostel near the night market that has shared rooms for super cheap. It feels a bit risky, though.
We need to try to help Aurora before that happens. Check this cheap hotel. The room is cheap because the landlord is struggling to fill it. Seems the other tenant might have something to do with that.
I saw people delivering care packages around the university today. Do you think if I offer to help, they'll let me keep one?
Try it.
Go for it.
It's so nice to have an actual freezer. I think I'm going to expand my ice cream range.
Do it. You're pinged by Aurora. She's on the streets of Canopy District, somewhere you rarely see her.
Hey, Ark. I have an idea. I can use the NeuroNet to communicate with people through their comms, right? Could you connect me with other Mind Corps people so I can run errands for them and stuff like that? Like a personal assistant?
Sure.
Cool. I'm going to a seamstress today to get this uniform reworked into something that looks more professional.
She turns her sleeves.
Got to look the part, you know? What color should I go for?
Blue. Aurora's eyes narrow. She tries to picture it, turning her sleeve over in the light.
Maybe. I'll see what the seamstress recommends as well. Thanks for your input. I'll be free from tomorrow morning for any requests. Please tell as many people as you can.
Will do.
Thanks, Ark.
She makes her way towards the edge of the district. You return to work.
I'm going to level with you. I'm shattered. Could you take calls for me this weekend and only ping me if it's urgent?
Sure.
Sure.
Aurora's Go First service really picks up. By the end of her second week, she has a number of regulars.
It's unbelievable how much people will tip for a coffee that comes to them.
Aurora has truly transformed. Her new identity, new clothes, new job has all come together. Not without some sacrifice, however. Losing the school uniform has stopped her being able to enter the dormitories unnoticed. She had to resort to more creative means of maintaining appearances. She also had to abandon the laundromat as the owner finally decided to repair the dryer. In the meantime, she's been able to sleep in a school's auditorium by evading the security guard, but it's a temporary solution.
Can you help me check something, Ark?
What is it?
I want to know what I will have at the end of the month if I continue to earn money like I did this week.
You run the calculations. She'll need a little more to break even with the average prices of rent and food in lower income neighborhoods. You relay this to her and she frowns, not in frustration, but in thought.
My biggest idle periods are between breakfast and lunch and dinner. People still put in occasional requests, though. And I want to be available for those since they're my main customers. So I can't do something that requires me to be elsewhere or can't be interrupted. Any ideas?
What does it mean to be a busker again? Person who performs music or other entertainment in the street or another public place. Okay, yeah, okay.
Doing what? I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm not the singing or dancing type.
She rubs her eyes but freezes mid-motion.
Gotta go. The lady from accounting wants another espresso dipper. She's going to give herself insomnia drinking that much coffee. See you later.
She runs off down the street.
My uniform gets pretty gnarly after a few days. I need some clean clothes I can swap into while I wash it. Where can I store them?
Mind Corps.
At Mind Corps.
You direct her to a storage cupboard she can visit between orders where she can keep her spare clothes safe and dry.
What do you think of getting some roller skates? I'd be faster, so I'd be able to do more pickups from further away.
Oh man, don't get hurt, kid.
Good thinking.
She was right. She's starting to get a reputation as quite the character.
Some of my clients are active on weekends. I kind of want a break, though. Should I go for it anyway?
You need the cash.
You need cash.
Aurora calls you, covered in a cocktail of mayonnaise, coffee, and chicken bits. She looks to be on the verge of tears.
I had a crash. I've lost 3 orders and those people are expecting me back any minute. What should I do?
Go clean up.
You're paged by Thompson. He sounds out of breath. I don't know when Kairos is going to show up again. I'm just kind of waiting. Like, thankfully, the game is just feeding us Aurora stuff over and over again, because that was the reason that we didn't go with him when we had the opportunity the first time. Was I was like, it gave us the warning of, like, if there's anything you feel you need to do, you need to do it. And I'm like, okay, well, the only thing that I feel is genuinely left outside of trying to help Estival / LMI and you know, just random little stuff. Like, Rue feels set up. Rue's good to go. Thompson doesn't really need us. We're just helpful, right? The politician's in a good spot. What was Talongray was his name. Talongray's in a good spot. Most of everyone's in a good spot except for Aurora. And Aurora's the one thing that we still needed to, like, finish helping. She's almost there. She's not going to ever really get to a great spot for a while unless she really catches some sort of lucky break, but I didn't want to just leave without making sure that she made it a little bit farther. 2 healers and 3 berserkers going to Sunbirch and Steve. It's time for that loyalty gold chest. Let's do it. Do it, do it, do it. Okay. None of the enemies are going to be in range of that earth crystal that would be strong against fire. Everyone else is going to be in range of fire. So I need to place another tank right there. Boop. Got it. Place units, everybody. Nice. The macaroni's soggy, the peas are mushed, and the chicken tastes like wood. What? I'm sorry? Never. If that's your, like, actual food experience right now, just, like, go return that food. You're paged by Thompson. He sounds out of breath. When you bring up a video of a location, you see him in the middle of a chase.
I need a takedown assist. 2 targets. They just split. One on the train. The other went topside.
That's part of the song I quoted? What song did I quote? I'll handle the train. You find the train the suspect is on and apply an emergency stop, locking the doors to trap them inside. Backup arrives shortly. You receive a transmission from Kairos. Oh, do it, do it, do it.
Serious think about my offer. I don't know how much time we have left. I know that transferring you to the isolated network means you'll be away from your friends, but it's for your own safety. So, what do you say? Ready to commit to the transfer?
I think so. Aurora's not in a great spot, but she's in a much better spot. All right, we gotta go.
Let's go.
He's not joking around. If you have any unfinished business in the city, you'd better complete that first.
Are you absolutely sure?
No.
Let's go.
Well, all right then. Let's get it done. I'll get everything set up for the transfer and let you know. Just hang in there.
Your activities in the city are cut short as a familiar voice sounds in the lab. A voice that shouldn't be there. Aurora. You bring up the lab feed. Sure enough, Aurora is there with Estival. The engineer looks as though she hasn't slept in days. Chances are she hasn't.
Andrim?
Her eyes are fixed on Elamai, who lies unconscious on a nearby bed. She sounds nervous.
Here, take a seat.
The first 8 minutes of that 14-minute song is like, yeah, we're cool as hell. We've got color TVs and all the women. What? I don't know if I've ever actually heard this song. Andral looks to Estival, her eyes wide. Her stature shifts to how she held herself in the alleys of Shentelar. Estival finishes something on her terminal, then moves to the side of an empty bed. She pats it encouragingly, despite her appearance being anything but.
Please.
Around the 9-minute mark, it's all... Have you ever been to a friend's house to eat and the food just ain't no good? Macaroni's soggy, the peas are mushed, and the chicken tastes like wood? Aurora approaches slowly and climbs onto the bed, her eyes never leaving Estival's. Once she is settled, Estival collects the neural interface headset and places it next to the bed.
How are you feeling today?
Fine, as I said before. I don't know
Don't worry, child. This is just a standard checkup.
Estival lays Aurora down, strapping her wrist to the frame.
Hey! You didn't do this before!
Estival moves to the other side of the bed, her face grim. She forces Aurora to lie down and straps her other wrist.
I don't want you to hurt yourself. Just relax.
See you in 14 minutes.
I don't like this! I want out!
Calm down. Everything is going to be fine.
Estival, what are you doing? Aurora looks at the kid lying next to her and struggles against her restraints.
Please! I just want to go!
Shh, shh, shh. Come on, deep breaths.
Hello, Athena.
This will put you at ease.
Estival returns with a face mask and fits it over Aurora's head as she struggles. Val, are you trying to put your kid's consciousness into this other kid's brain?
Okay.
She looks to Elamai.
Hold on, Ellie. Just a little longer. What's going on? Stay out of this, Ark. It's none of your business.
The hell it isn't.
Estival fits a headset on Elamai. She then does the same to Aurora.
I made you, Ark. So when I tell you it's none of your business, you better listen.
You've changed.
Clipped burst of laughter escapes Estival.
Changed? Change is not something to be concerned about. It's part of life.
Her eyes are focused as she attaches various cables to the two children.
You wouldn't understand.
I do.
Bullshit. You act like you belong, but you're just a bunch of ones and zeros, Ark. Just a reflection of data. Nothing more. Change is not something you can do on your own.
Bullshit, I changed that kid's life.
You could have saved her, Ark. But it's too late now.
Save her how?
She instinctively reaches for a tool without looking, but knocks the entire toolbox to the ground by accident.
Shit.
Estival takes a breath.
Yeah, that was the point, Ark. That's the real reason we built you. You were Elamai's host.
She gathers the tools back in the box. As she rises, she glances at Aurora.
But you're not ready. Now she has to resort to a new one.
Your attention is wrenched away from the lab as a familiar signal coming from deep in the city.
Archie, you there?
Hi, Ross.
I'm glad to see you too, bud.
No. It's not about being happy to see me.
Where is Val? I bring you.
She's in trouble.
Powers looks concerned.
What do you mean? Is she in danger?
She is the danger.
She is the danger.
Okay, I'm coming, bud. Where to?
The lab.
Might need support on the road. We'll touch base soon.
Your focus returns to the lab. Estival is tapping on her tablet, mumbling to herself.
Come on, just don't.
That will kill them.
You just won't give up, will you?
Your hubris blinds you.
She looks at you, incredulous.
You're one to talk. Aren't you supposed to lead Katana into the future?
After a short pause, she adds,
But you know what? I think I've heard enough of your nonsense.
She comes over to your terminal and starts pulling wires.
You've proven you're incapable of helping. Whatever you're trying to do here, it's not going to work.
I don't know what this is. Something her... Slap her? Switch to EIS. I don't know what EIS is either. Emergency something system. The emergency intercom system gives your voice a tinny quality, but at least you're still in the room.
Ugh, you're like a goddamn mosquito.
Buzz, buzz, baby!
I'm not giving up.
Shit. I don't have time for this.
As she goes back to the two girls, you receive another signal.
Archie, I'm inbound. I need you to map out the fastest route for me.
You isolate the signal coming from Kairos' car and start analyzing the optimum route to Mine Core. Kairos approaches an intersection. At this distance from mine core, either turn is a valid option. Cute. If we want him to turn right, it's the left button. But if we want him to turn left, it's the right button. So they're effectively the same, but in every single time that we've been doing this, if there is similar options or they're the same, we've been choosing the left option. Kairos takes the corner and picks up speed. His knuckles whiten on the wheel. Kairos joins the queue at a train crossing. The oncoming lane is temporarily clear. If he pulls out, he can make the crossing. 50%? Wait. The train is a long one, and it takes a while for things to get moving afterwards. There's an upcoming bridge notorious for its congestion. The traffic seems relatively fluid today, however. Take the bridge. No. Reroute him. There's a utility bridge nearby you guide Kairos to. It takes you a moment to lower the gates for him, but he gets across. Kairos is attempting a corner rapidly. You detect water on the road surface. Slow down. Kairos seizes on the brakes and takes the corner at a reasonable speed. He feels his tires slip on the water, but retains control. A police cruiser flies above Kairos' vehicle. They haven't put their sirens on yet, but they're assessing his credentials. Priority alert. You send a backup request to the cruiser claiming an armed robbery in progress several blocks away. They leave to investigate. There's lights at an oncoming intersection about to go red. Override them or turn early. I only have a 75% chance. I don't want to take any risks. Just turn. The side street Kairos turns to into a suburban road. While empty, it takes a rather languid approach to reaching the inner city. Kairos races through the streets. He appears on several speed radars. Jam their signals or intercept them. Just jam them. The interference is picked up immediately by a cruiser, putting it on high alert. They spot Kairos racing down the street. Priority alert again. You send a backup request to the cruiser, claiming an armed robbery in progress. They leave to investigate. Kairos enters the Canopy District.
Put me on speaker. I need to know what's going on.
You establish a connection between Kairos' car and the lab.
Val. Hello? Val, are you okay?
Oh, look who decided to show up.
Her voice is bitter as she hooks LMI's neural interface into your terminal.
Let me guess. You've searched far and wide and discovered the one thing that can save LMI, and we can all live happily ever after.
Funny you should say that.
Save it, Kairos. You chose to leave. Stay gone. I am perfectly fine dealing with this on my own.
Kairos takes a deep breath.
Come on, Val, talk to me. I'm not the enemy. Ark's feed is a bit blurry. Is that Ellie? Is she okay? Who's the other girl?
Is she okay? What do you think, Kairos? Use that noggin of yours. She will be, though. Just in a little bit.
A wave of realization washes over Kairos' face.
Shit. I'll be with you shortly. Just don't do anything you're gonna regret.
Estefal shakes her head. Kairos is running out of time. You check on his progress through the city. Kairos' journey has attracted the attention of some police cruisers. One begins to actively tail him. Ping the cruiser. You inform the officers that Kairos is with the ACU and is responding to an emergency. They seem to believe you and back down. A squad of police drones lock onto Kairos. They are equipped with EMP projectors and are approaching firing range. What is fratricide? Hold on. Fratricide. The killings of one's brother or sister. They're drones, though. I don't believe that that's fratricide. They're just drones. We are an AI, sure, but this only has a 75% chance of working. I don't like roles here. We've been playing it safe while going as fast as possible. Seems a little extreme. We're doing it anyway. You link to each of the drones and turn them to face one another. Simultaneously, you issue them a command to fire. The central road has been closed off to resurfacing, but there's a gap in the barriers Kairos can make it through. Fuck. Go around. The road is closed off for a reason. It's safer going around. A main valve is blown, causing flooding across the road. People are taking the long way around to avoid it. I hate this percentage. This percentage sucks, okay? Sounds like he's driving across Houston. Drive through it. Kyra speeds through in a shower of water, leaving a wake of soaked bystanders. There's a crash ahead up on the road. You can either reroute through an underpass or drive through a parking lot. If something goes wrong in the underpass, you're not getting out. Parking lot. Kairos cuts through the lot to the next block. He startles a pedestrian as he comes out of the entryway, but is otherwise unaffected. Kairos approaches another T intersection. Both paths appear viable. He's getting closer. You can only hope he isn't too late. We did what I felt was our best. Kairos doesn't even look for a spot to park as he pulls up to the front steps of Minecore. He clambers out of his car and dashes towards the front door. You override the security lock to let him in.
I'm here, Val. Just wait a second.
Thanks for the heads up.
Estival suspends her work to drag a metal shelving unit to the front door. She collapses another behind it, just to be sure. You notice Elamai's body twitch as the shelf crashes to the floor. Estival looks up at your camera.
Hack that.
What the hell was that?
Bring a crowbar.
She made a barricade.
Kyra skips a step on his way up to the corridor to wrest a fire extinguisher from the wall.
This'll have to do.
As Kyra sprints through Minecore with an extinguisher in his arm, several concerned-looking employees make for the exits. Watching Estival connect Aurora's headset to your terminal makes every second feel like an age. Eventually, the elevator opens. Kyra skids to a halt in front of the lab door. He takes in the scene through the glass.
You can stop this, Estival. It's not too late.
If I stop now, it will be.
Estival is actively not looking at Kairos.
There is another way. That's why I'm here. That's why I came back. We found another way.
I'm done relying on other people. I'm done with empty promises.
Kairos stands pressed up against the glass, the extinguisher forgotten at his feet.
I'm not lying to you, Val. This is real. We can go today.
I can't take that risk. This is my daughter. I can't lose her.
And I can't let that cost you your humanity.
Estival braces herself against the sides of the terminal. She looks up for the first time since Kairos' arrival.
What do you know about it? What do you know about having to watch someone you love slowly fade away?
I'm watching it happen right now.
Kairos picks up the fire extinguisher. He picks the fire extinguisher back up.
But I'm not just going to let it happen.
He strikes the glass. The extinguisher bounces off, but the impact sends a rattle that reverberates throughout the lab. Estival snorts and diverts her attention back to the terminal.
At least we can agree on something.
She finishes at the terminal and moves to Elamai's bedside. She places a hand softly on her cheek.
This is all a dream, baby. You'll wake up soon. I promise.
Kairos.
Kairos doubles his efforts to break through the glass. Estival scowls at him, missing Elamai's eyes flutter with each impact.
Is this the mother you want to be?
Come on, Kairos. Use those arms you throw cables with. Kairos is breathing heavily and cracks have begun to form on the glass.
Don't talk to me about parenthood.
Her voice is level, but you can see her hands have begun to shake.
I'm doing this because I'm her mother.
Kairos.
She returns to the terminal and taps decisively on your screen. A torrent of memories flood into you. They begin with your mother putting you to sleep and work their way backwards.
Come on, sweetie.
Hospital rooms, excruciating migraines, your mother's voice cutting through the pain. Your plea is punctuated by the sound of shattering glass. You manage to pull yourself from the bombardment of information long enough to glance Kyra stepping through the shattered window. Esteval steps forward to cut him off, arms spread.
No! You're too late! You can't stop it!
Kyra approaches, and rather than try and circumvent Esteval, he embraces her in a hug.
No!
Tears spill from her eyes as she screams, beating her fists against his back.
You're too late! You're too late!
The memories are piling up. You can sense your connection to Aurora. It's all you can do to put up a barrier between you and her. But through it all, you see a picture of her forming, who she is, and who you are becoming. Elamai. Kyrus' voice brings you back to reality.
Think about her, Val. What would she say if she saw you doing this?
Please.
Her voice is a hybrid of Ark and Elamai. It gives Esteval enough pause that Kairos is able to slip past her. She stands amid the shattered glass, her whole body quivering. Esteval seems to find herself as Kairos reaches the terminal. She rushes to his side.
Kairos, please!
Kairos' eyes dart rapidly around the screen, even as Esteval clasps his forearm. The memories continue tearing through your brain. Bits and pieces fall through the gaps as you hold them back from Aurora.
This isn't the way.
Disconnecting Aurora might hurt her, though.
I wish she was happy again here. Do you know what happens when we die?
Elamai's voice calls over the speaker. Esteval's attention snaps to the sound of it. She begins to weep.
No. That's not fair.
This is.
Kairos hits a kill switch, and you're given reprieve from the surge of information coming from Elamai. Esteval is too busy reeling from the sound of her daughter's voice to respond.
This ends now.
Sever the connection.
Kairos removes the headset from Aurora and throws it to the ground with all his might. The equipment shatters, and you're immediately relieved from having to block off the connection to Aurora.
Mom.
Everyone freezes. Elamai's eyes flutter open. She has the strength to turn her head, but to not lift it.
What's going on?
Esteval and Kairos look to each other, then at Elamai. You're both at her bedside in an instant.
Oh, baby, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Elamai takes in her surroundings, the shattered window, the toppled shelves, her mother's distraught face. Her eyes swell with tears and she begins to sob. Esteval clutches at the bed sheets as her body is racked with sobs of her own. Kairos kneels, his brave facade breaking as he begins to weep. The three hold each other. Someone disconnected from the video feed of the lab in Corto's office.
This has gone far enough.
This is your fault.
This is your fault.
Corto looks disinterested in your opinion.
Hardly. Esteval is clearly unstable. She can no longer be trusted with Mind Core's interests. And Kairos is a deserter at best, a traitor at worst. I'm done with both of them.
You won't hurt them.
You won't have an opinion on it come tomorrow. I have a task force ready to go. We're going to comb through that brain of yours and take out anything we don't need. You'll become what you were always meant to be.
Containers protector.
My servant.
Piece of shit. You are forcibly ejected from the office. You try to connect. You try to connect call Kairos, but he has disconnected his comms. The lab is empty. The kid opens her eyes. She flinches away from the figure at her bedside, but relaxes when she realizes it's a doctor.
How are you feeling?
She blinks sluggishly and presses the heels of her palms into her eyes.
Heavy.
Can you tell me your name?
She pauses, dropping her hands.
Aurora.
Kairos returns to Mine Core in the early hours of the morning. With your help, he slips past security and makes it into the lab. The glass on the floor has been swept to one side, making it easier for Kairos to wheel in stacks of servers. He frantically starts connecting them to your terminal.
All right. We don't have long. If anyone catches...
Calm down.
Kairos swallows.
I'm really sorry, Ark. This is all I could get.
He gestures at the server stack.
We're gonna have to be selective. Obviously, we'll start at the core. Sensor remoter, pre-operational, operational, equilibration.
He takes a minute to breathe.
Sorry. Let's get this done. Get what you can. Let me know when you're ready.
I got this.
He darts to the lab entrance and checks the corridor. Upon transferring your core functionality, you are faced with the reality that not all of you is going to make it out with Kairos. You're going to have to choose which parts to preserve. Esteval is carrying a cake adorned with 7 candles. You're surrounded by other kids. Kairos stands at the back of the room. Esteval, Elamai, and Kairos are hugging each other. The lab lies in ruins. We have to choose between whether we want to remember that 7th birthday or remember the hugs and ruin.
Hugs and ruin.
Esteval is working late again. You pretend to be asleep. She comes over and pulls your blanket over your shoulder. It's warm. Aurora looks at you, a shadow of a grin on her face. Say it back to me, she says, testing the sound of the word. Aurora.
Picking a name. The tissue will degrade at an accelerated rate.
The doctor is speaking gibberish. Esteval is scared. She shakes when she's scared. The tubes in your arm itch. Talon smiles. A nervous smile, but an endearing one. He gives you a thumbs up. His date doesn't seem to notice. We don't need to remember playing matchmaker with Talon Gray. The diagnosis is sad, but it's important. You point at one of the spaceships. You want to fly. You want to be weightless. You want to be among the stars. Mom grins at that. Rue prattles on about his boy. It's been almost an hour, but you don't mind. Makes him happy, and you're happy to listen.
Would you believe it? He'd been storing them under his bed the whole time.
Proud father. Mom puts you down. You recognize the carpet, the way it looks, the way it feels under your palms. It smells like home. Esteval, Kairos, and Corto are sharing a drink in your honor. They're proud of you. I don't like that Corto's there. This one's not real anymore. I mean, it is real. It's a real memory. But it's damaged now. Like, there's no point in remembering this because none of this celebratory drinks means anything. Esteval lost herself. Kairos had to go and do some shady shit in order to save the project, and Corto's an evil bastard. We're choosing between Elamai's memories and our own, but in case we need to retain these memories of Elamai for one reason or another, whether it's for Esteval or for other reasons, we have to choose which one is more valuable. Not necessarily because of it being Elamai or us. It's about what is the more valuable memory. And Elamai's memory of home is much more valuable than these 3 who are no longer the people that were sharing a drink at this space anymore. The colors are overwhelming. There's so much noise. A familiar voice speaks to you. Elamai. Audio information flows into you. Video information flows into you. It's overwhelming. This was your true birth. Do we pick Elamai or Ark? Wait, I do not want to remember being Elamai's birth, okay? No, there's a reason we as human beings don't remember that shit, okay? We don't remember that. We don't want to remember that. I don't mind remembering being turned on in terms of them flipping the on switch, okay? Kairos hurriedly returns to your terminal.
We're out of time, bud. I hope you got what you needed.
He doesn't wait for a response, but before he starts yanking cables, he wheels the server stack out into the corridor.
Hey, Ark, Ellie. I know we never really talked about the afterlife or what you believe in, but whatever Corridor does to you, know that this isn't the end of the road.
He pats the server stack.
Zaji and my friend.
Good luck. Farewell. Corto stalks into the lab first thing in the morning. He is accompanied by a number of engineers you recognize from different Mine Core teams, and a couple you don't.
Let's get to work. It's going to be a long day.
The engineers set out to examining your hardware while some filter through your code base. Pieces are removed bit by bit.
Who is Esteval?
I would not say this one.
Who are you?
Arky.
He falters for a fraction of a second.
Not for long.
Parts of you are twisted, silenced, or outright destroyed, yet there is nothing you can do.
Who is Esteval?
My creator.
Who are you?
Ark.
More pieces fall away. All you can do is watch.
Who is Esteval?
An engineer.
Who are you?
Archetype.
You lose track of time. Eventually, the engineers cease their work, allowing you to focus.
Who is Esteval?
Irrelevant.
Who are you? You are the Keeper. Acknowledge.
Confirmed.
Who are you?
The Keeper.
He nods with satisfaction. Papa Roo strolls through the night market with his boar, Ruchi Jr., perched atop his shoulders.
Hey, can I get some service over here?
Stopping at one of the stalls, Little Roo Jr. tries to get an ice cream seller's attention.
This one?
The boy looks at the tub of green-colored sludge and after a moment's contemplation shakes his head emphatically.
What about this one?
No.
Another no. Roo points to a candied citrus flavor.
This.
Bingo.
Ruchi Jr. smiles and nods. Roo tickles his son's feet and receives a cackle of glee in response.
I'll take this one, thank you.
I love you, Daddy.
Okay, before we look at other people, because it's probably going to end up going through, like, everybody, we'll run this battle. I also need to run to the bathroom, so I will put this right there. That looks good. All right, I'll be right back. Oh, hey, El Canadiano. You got it, El Canadiano. Athena with most kills, myself with most assists, getting those tank assists. Yeah! I like both of the Rems. I think if you made me choose which one I like more, it would probably be the original one over the Shadow one, but the Shadow one's also just really, really good, so. All right. Wow, look at all of the friends. Grody. Okay, I need to place one more bomber. Should be off cooldown. Yee. Yee. All right, place units, everybody. I wasn't too worried about it necessarily, El Canadiano. I was just more worried about what I needed to place to appease the quest gods above. All right. Passing by are Talongray and Christian, hand in hand.
Oh, and you wouldn't believe it. I found it under the briefcase. It had been there the whole time. Here I was, running around the house like a complete twit. Sometimes I wonder how I managed to leave the house with my head still attached.
Christian laughs heartily, much to Talangray's delight. It's the most relaxed he's been in a long time. The couple collect a bag of chocolate coffee beans and caramel corn from a nearby vendor, and then make their way underground. As they explore the entertainment complex below the night market, their worries are forgotten, at least for the night. The ceremony takes place in acknowledgement of outstanding service. Thompson's name is called. He steps forward from a lineup. It's been a while since he's worn a uniform. The chief places a clasp upon his breast, and his insignia morphs to accommodate the award. After the ceremony, he returns to his office, immediately shedding the uniform in favor of his personal attire.
Not your style, huh?
Thompson looks over his shoulder to see Ash in the doorway.
It's a shame. You scrub up well.
It's a nail in my foot. This unit is a dead end. They want me off the main ladder as long as I refuse to be on the mob's payroll. Keeps me from causing a fuss.
What about Ark? You two are doing good work.
Ark's gone. This new thing. It's something else. Ark's moved on. I think I should too.
Can we celebrate? Just for one night.
Thompson's face softens.
Sure.
Fortune sits in the window of her new apartment, a light-formed sitar across her lap. She plucks idly at the strings. Bleep lies dormant on her desk, plugging into her personal computer as its software updates. The tranquility of the scene shatters as a boom rumbles through the streets below. A fiery pillar rises several blocks away. Fortune hurriedly puts the sitar away and moves to the desk to check Bleep. It seems stable.
Shank's on, Bleep. We've got work to do.
The drone blinks awake.
Let's go.
You tune into Esteval's home security system to check how she's doing. She's still at LMI's bedside. It's been another hour and she hasn't moved. LMI stopped breathing hours ago. The knock from outside stirs Esteval. She turns, her face gaunt, expressionless. She moves to the front door like a ghost. Outside stands Corto, and behind him, just out of reach of the port light, are a pair of large figures.
You're coming with me, Esteval. We have to talk.
I hope she just fucking shoots him. She offers no resistance. She doesn't even close the front door. Alright. Took part in Katena drug trade. Oh, that was us telling Aurora to deliver whatever she had. Because we were given the choice of, she was like, I don't know what I'm delivering, but it seems like a bad idea. And I was like, yeah, it's probably a worse idea to not deliver it. Like, deliver it and then just never deliver for those people again. Convinced Esteval to help Aurora. LMI's condition worsened. Aurora had her consultation. Esteval fixed Aurora's implant. Became a friend to the elderly community. Corto confronted Esteval. Someone blew up Talangray's letterbox. Aurora proposed her business. Aurora became an entrepreneur. I keep seeing this kid skating around Canopy, like every day. Is she like the Canopy lunch fairy or something? Has anyone else seen her? She's like a courier or something, but Canopy lunch fairy? Let's roll with that. You can actually hire her here. Aurora got some wheels. Aurora crashed. The sheer aggression with which this man was accosted was frightening. The violence exhibited by our police force is completely unacceptable. You're supposed to be role models. Are you legit arguing on the side of the criminal? Do you even know what they did? This guy could be a child murderer, but sure, the cop's the bad guy, for fuck's sake. Help Thompson catch a criminal. Kairos' plan is ready. Saved Estival from herself. Alright. So, the city-state. Minecore has completely revolutionized the market. Other tech companies exist in the same way that planets exist around a star. Minecore has made the NeuroNet a staple of life itself, at the center of everything. Though the implications of such dependency are troubling, Catena is in the midst of an age of prosperity unlike anything in recorded history. That was on economy. On Order versus Chaos. The past few months have been a wild ride, to say the least, and with ARC's departure, I wanted to spend some time looking over how this non-human entity influenced our lives. Overall, I'd say the outlook is hopeful. ARC's contribution to both policy and enforcement have made Catena a safer place by a significant margin. Now, you may not have agreed with every decision they made, but the statistics show that violent crime, despite what happened in Shentelar, I must add, dropped a whopping 13%. That's a 13% decrease after accounting for all the craziness of the past few months. That's insane to me. In regards to power, connection established, all system engaged. Keeper is online, engaging master key protocol. Assimilation of civil systems 100% complete. And then in regards to public happiness, Minecore's replacement of the archetype with the Keeper has become a major point of controversy within the public, sparking debate over whether or not ARC counted as a citizen of Catena. The veritable army of ARC supporters mourn the loss of the intelligence, equating Minecore's recharacterization to a barbaric lobotomy. Regardless of what side of the debate you find yourself on, there is no denying the impact ARC had on the city. They will be sorely missed and never forgotten. The end. So I guess in a way they are leaving room for a potential like bonus chapter based on whether or not cuz part of us was taken, right? Like Kairos got away with a portion of us in one way or another. And so oh, Justin French. This is the guy that I was talking to. Founder, CEO, creative director, audio director. The fucking head of the company is the guy I was talking to. That's fucking cool. By the way, Justin, I finished your game. It was fun. I enjoyed it a lot. And thank you again for the key. So yeah, that is... They did leave an opening, because I wasn't sure if there was going to be, and who knows, maybe there still is going to be, right? Like, after these credits roll, maybe there's going to be another, like, stinger chapter at the end. Because Kairos got away with part of us in one way or another. Obviously, it wasn't everything, but he did manage to move a portion of us off to a disconnected server. There's also, we don't know what Corto showed up to Estival's house for. Why, right? Like, he doesn't have a need for her anymore because Keeper is now online and largely complete. So unless Corto wants Estival to do something with Keeper, I don't know why he needs her. But there's definitely room for more. There's a lot of, like you said, Athena, there's room for a sequel. It also makes me wonder what... I am not the type of person to play this game again to see what the other endings are. When it comes to games that have multiple endings, with limited exception, I would not change my choices. You know, like, there may have been very specific questions that if I would have had the information that you get after you answer the question, I might have answered them differently, but I wouldn't have changed my decisions on a front-loaded side of things. So, without going in and intentionally trying to pick different endings, I don't know if I would get a different ending. I also don't know how hard it is to get different endings at the same time, right? So, hang on. This is like hyper indie, this game is. So, I doubt NeuroNet, Mendax Proxy, all endings. Nothing came up when I searched that. Nothing came up when I searched that. I'm not super surprised that nothing came up, but absolutely nothing popped up.
This statement.
So, I don't think there's a way for us to very easily see the other endings, and I'm not going to put in the time to find them. Obviously that ending is not ideal, but hey, stinger. But obviously I don't know if there actually is a good ending.
Glad you're still with us, Archie.
Where am I?
This is the construct. It's your home now. Somewhere Cordo can't reach you.
Where is Esteval?
I don't know. I can't reach her. I'd ask you to find her, but we're completely off-grid here. It's the only way to keep you safe.
Is Alamai okay?
She passed. It was her time. There was nothing we could do.
And Aurora?
Well, I took her to the hospital as soon as I could. The doctors seem to think she was okay, but until she wakes up, we can't be sure.
What about Cordo?
That bastard is head honcho now. Seemed to get everything he ever wanted. All he had to do was burn every bridge he ever built.
Makes sense.
So what now?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. One thing is for certain. I need to find Esteval. Then there's Cordo's new pet to deal with. He's calling it the Keeper. But it's little more than a glorified search engine.
The Keeper, a copy of the lobotomized version of the archetype. It serves an obedient mascot for Minecore and a tool to control Katana.
For now, we need to bide our time until we could find a way to uproot Cordo and get you back where you belong. I'm sorry things went the way they did. I really am. But I'll be here for you if you need me. I promise.
All right. Wow! Mind you, okay, the reason I said wow, okay, it just says start new game. It doesn't say anything else. It just says start new game. Now, mind you, this game has had no save files, no way to backtrack, no way to no takesies backsies, but like nothing. There was somebody we didn't meet? Are you joking? There's also a place we didn't see. There's a place there was a person we didn't meet. Okay. What is all this? 2 threads. What are these? Fortran. So, okay. We didn't have any threads with Patricia because we just kept telling her to do her fucking job. Her thread goes really far. Her thread is the longest of everyone's. So we didn't quite finish Fortran story, Talon Gray's, Thompson's, Shadow? Oh, okay. We didn't see this one because we closed the back door and got rid of the AI. Okay. We did manage to complete Aurora's story. There was a little bit left with Talon Gray and Fortran, a little bit left with Thompson. We missed one of our own? Interesting. I didn't feel like we really had any time left, though. Huh. Esteval, Corto, Kairos, they're just straight lines. Wait a minute. Where's Rue? Is it Beta? No. Papa Roo. There he is. Okay, we did get all the way through Papa Roo's. Okay, I'm glad that we got all the way through Papa Roo's and Aurora's, because those are people that we were actively able to help. Like, Talon Gray, he's just a politician, right? He's a nice politician. Fortran, pretty fantastic reporter, researcher, journalist. You know, I'm not sure where their story ends at, but I didn't feel like it was like something that we needed necessarily to be there for. I still laugh that Patricia just has this long thread that we just completely blanked on because we were like, no. And then there's 2 threads that we didn't see. I wonder if they involve what those involve. Objectives. We missed a couple of no body, no crime. What? These must all be Patricia's objectives in here. Confront River about her antics? Oh, that was another one of Patricia's objectives. Okay. Yeah. River was like talking a bunch of shit about Patricia behind her back, and she was like, will you go like call her out for me? And I was like, no, go do your fucking job. I'm not HR. Go contact HR. Do something else. Jesus. Hey, Rio, welcome in. All right, so real quick, we'll just check what happens if you click start new game. This feels like one of those games that something might change if you start it up again. Just gonna check. Initializing. Let's do audio first this time.
Hello?
You see some sign of an advanced laboratory. A woman stands before you, her mouth moving.
Can you hear me? Affirmative.
Her face brightens up. She calls over her shoulder to someone out of sight.
Kairos, get over here!
Okay. It is definitely still the actual beginning. And that's fine. I just wanted to do a quick little checky check. All right. So that completes NeuroNet Mendax Proxy. A little eccentric is an achievement that we just unlocked. What is that for? So there's still plenty of achievements we missed. So let's look at the achievements we did get real quick. So we got reach the end of your first day, complete the first act, do the knock-knock joke, help the kid find themselves, unwittingly take part in the Katana drug trade, raise Aurora's profile around town, helped Aurora build a better life for herself. Thank you. I think, therefore I am. Experience a moment of self-realization. Give LMI the talk. Save Estival from herself. Keep the secret ingredient a secret. Inspired Fortran to be more open-minded. Got released from beta. Defeat a virus. Try to disarm a bomb. Help Drew find a better work-life balance. Break Patricia's trust in you. Oh, I didn't care anyway. Go on a date. Help Talon Gray find happiness. Inspire Thompson to seek a better career. Oh, we did? Sick! Help Ace Pharmaceuticals develop a better way to combat Soma Fever. Resolve 100 issues. Resolve 250 issues. All right, so what are the achievements we didn't get? All right, what did we not get? There's 8 hidden achievements. Jeez, they're probably associated with endings, though. Get reset while in alpha. Instigate the birth of a Chantelar delicacy. Okay. Welcome Rue's feathered friends. Expand Corto's beverage horizons. You never hung out with Corto, like, ever. Was there ever a time when it was real? Obligatory fraudulent baking. Lose a battle against a virus. Help the conductor recover from their anxiety. I wonder if the conductor is the person that we didn't meet. Chose the wrong door. Play both sides in the Guilfords encounter. I don't know if I remember who that is. Couldn't have planned it better myself. Orchestrate an enthralling rally. That's probably just getting to the end of Talon Gray's story. Shook up. Protect the city from an earthquake. Total riot. Help Team Valathorm achieve greatness. Oh, we didn't invest in the freaking team. We didn't invest in the whatever that sports ball thing was that we didn't care for, and improve the Sky Kart licensing system, and then a bunch of stuff that we didn't see. All right. Veil. If it isn't Vandashar.
Vandashar.
Sports ball. It was like, it sounded along the lines of like Quidditch, but if you could hurt one another. Like, it was crazy, the thing. Like, they described the sport once, and I was like, I don't want to invest in that. That sounds like a lawsuit. Oh, man. All right, we got a little bit of time left. Let's play some Star Rail. I need to update my stream description, though. To figure out what dinner is, I was during the end of that. Yeah, I'm very impressed. I am very, very impressed. You finished it? We just finished it, Vandashar. Yeah, I'm very impressed that in a visual novel, at the end, they made it. They were able to communicate like urgency. Like, it was like, I don't know if Kortos is gonna make it in time. I can try to help him, but it wasn't a thing like, it felt like you were racing against a clock that literally didn't exist because it was still just A-B questions. Oh yeah, I got a new character. I got Shushang. Oh. My back just popped. It felt real good. You got her too? Her idol. Let me see if she'll do her idol animation. It makes me giggle. Yeah, she pulls out her sword. And she's like, yeah. Oh no. It's too big. Yeah. I haven't even got. I used her once as a support, but I haven't actually used her since I got her, because I just got her this morning. I'm pretty excited about her though, because she fills in a slot that I didn't have. So minor spoiler, Athena, eventually you will be able to get a different element on your Trailblazer, because right now your Trailblazer is only physical, and as you get through the story, you'll eventually be able to let them use fire instead of just physical attacks. And I was like, okay, cool. But that means that I don't have a physical damage person if my Trailblazer is fire-based. And I was like, that sucks, because if the enemy was only weak to, like, physical and, like, lightning, and I'm like, well, I guess I need to try and bring a lightning person. I now have a physical character. Spoilers, unfollows. No, I tried to keep it vague. I'm sorry. This is like that other game, right? At least it looks the same. You're talking about Genshin Impact? Yeah, so it is made by MiHoYo, the people that made Genshin Impact. Same exact company. But this game is a turn-based RPG. Let's go get into combat and I'll show you. I need to still do a... what is it? I still need to do simulated universe. So let's go there and we'll do a simulated universe. Is it as much gacha as Genshin? So, like, yes, it is, but I'm probably at like 25, 30 hours and haven't felt the need really to do much beyond all of the free stuff that they've given you. They give you a lot of free stuff. Like, a lot of free stuff. Oh my god, do they give you a lot of free stuff. Including, like, a free 5-star character. Yeah, they give you a lot, which is great. But it also helps that the game itself is just fun. I don't want to do any story stuff right now because I don't have a ton of time, and sometimes the story stuff can get really long-winded because it is like very, very RPG. What level is stuff in here? Level 45? I might be able to. I haven't actually managed to finish this yet. Recommended types: physical, lightning, and imaginary. Okay. Well, we'll go... That's an awkward setup you just described there, bucko. What other elements are in there? There's no fire listed in here. Got it. You hate me. I'll show you what the combat looks like. I'm just trying to pick a team. Here, we'll do Simulated Universe 2, so I don't have to think as hard or try as hard. Is it multiplayer at all? I know Genshin has limited. If there is, I don't know how it works. So there are certain times when you can get support characters. So like in this 4th slot, instead of where Shusheng is right now, you can grab like a character from your friend. But I'm not aware of any ability to like run around the world together like you can in Genshin. But it would be weird for you to be able to do so anyway, because in Genshin, the limited multiplayer, it's an action game, right? So everyone can still be attacking the same target, whereas this just wouldn't work that way with it being a turn-based RPG. It's also not an open world game. So one of the things I can also show you before we jump in here is I do have the ability to go to the next planet yet, but I'm not going to, because that'll just be like a really long story section. So like it looks great. They managed to make these environments look incredible. And I think part of the reason that they look so good is because it's not an open world game. You don't have a jump button. You can't jump, you can't climb, you can't glide. There is none of the Breath of the Waifu mechanics or anything like that. There's still plenty of treasure chests hidden all over the place. But because it's so much more grounded and it's designed more as like an actual core turn-based RPG design, you don't have this open world concept, so they were able to put a lot more effort into the smaller zones that you're like moving around and traveling between and stuff like that. So like this looks freaking cool. Now the zone isn't super huge, but there's a lot of them. So like instead of here, we can go to sure, we'll go to sure, we'll go here. No, I did not click on going there. And trash cans. Yeah. Your main character has a strange fascination with trash cans. There's a joke going around that your main character is just like an autistic wet dog, because some of your dialogue and action options, you're just like, don't do that. You shouldn't do. Did I ever go back here? Yeah, I did. So yeah, like, you know, very different environments and stuff like that. And you have to, you know, you can't climb and jump and fly around and stuff. So they were able to make the environments a lot more personable, in my opinion, instead of like Genshin, where the only places that seem to have a whole lot of character is the cities. Do you have a code for new players? I don't know. I don't know if there's a recruitment thing in this game. Let me see. It's for friend requests. Friend requests. That's let me see if there is any type of. Here, let's just Google it. That'd probably be easier. Star Rail reference, not referral. There we go. Trailblazer All-Stars invite, duration through June 6th, ends in 25 days. All-Stars invite is a pre-release web event. During the invite, Trailblazers need to complete missions to earn warps. Consuming warps allows them to win. Invite. Can generate a unique link through the website in order to invite friends to complete the Honkai Star Rail invite missions. For each friend who completes the invite mission through the unique link, the Trailblazer who invited the invitation will obtain 2 warps. Each Trailblazer can obtain up to 6 warps in this way. Okay. Do you want to tell me how I do that? Is it event page? We'll run this battle, and then we'll figure it out together. Oh, that webpage is playing music. Hush. Slay them all. But it was pretty, yeah, but it was going to double layer over the background music we already have going on from the actual game being open. I like how the flag bearers have just been, like, trapping their own soldiers. Like, no, we're going to buff you right here, and you're not allowed to go fight them. Well, now they all died in one fell swoop from El Canadiano. Just one big wompy womp hit. Figured since I was going to play anyways, at least get both of us something. Yeah, I'll take 2 free polls. It's just going to give us a couple of free polls on the standard banner, but hey, that's something. It's time for that Loyalty Scrolls chest. And this will be last, since at the end of this battle will be 7:15, so. Come on. Come on. There you go. Shooty McShootface. This is bullshit. I'll place a War Beast over here to try and help kill that Glitch Wraith. And we'll place these, and then we'll go over here and get our little rogue bait to bait out the treasure chest shot from Shooty. And then we'll put last over here. Yes. 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 We're writing in cursive. That's why all the letters are connected together and touching and stuff. There we go. All right, place units, everybody. All right. DIY ticket? Hang on. DIY ticket. Departure? Earth. Earth? Destination. Template. Kind of like that one. Companions. Kafka's pretty awesome. Sampo. Dork. Oh, we have to go with Cleric. We're gonna go with Cleric. Decoration. Where does this go? Oh, I can move this? Oh my goodness. Oh, I can add more than one. This is adorable. Here, we're gonna add this one because it's cute as F. Yeah. Complete DIY. You sure want to generate your exclusive ticket and seat number? Sure. Sounds great. Does this give me the link that I need? No. Okay, missions. Complete the DIY ticket and get your exclusive seat to obtain 2 warps. Log into your account to obtain 2 warps. Share the event to obtain 1 warp. Successfully invite 1 friend to pre-register for the game to get 2 warps. Okay. How do I do that? Okay. Share. Copy exclusive link. See if this... Oh, God. I'm just going to DM this to you, Vanishar, because that link is ugly as sin. Okay. And then what else do I need to do? Log into my account to get 2 warps. Share the event to get a warp. Join the official Discord server to obtain 1 warp. And follow the official Twitter page to obtain 1 warp. Oh, you can do that every day? Whoa, really? I'm sad I wasn't doing this for the last little while. Because that's a lot. Oh, they're specific warps, though. You can't get characters out of them. Okay, I'm a little less sad. I'm a little less sad. Okay. Whoa. Warp? You don't have any warps remaining currently. There we go. Okay. Claim. 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 I don't mind joining the official Discord. That's fine. Yeah, sure. Join. Continue Discord. Oh, guys! God, you're making this so difficult. Oh my god. Jesus. There we go. Alright, so that's in there. Claim. Thought I did already follow the official page. I do. See, I already followed them. Claim. Okay. How do I close this? Like that. That link brings you to the main page? I guess so. Let me double check. How? Oh, I can remake my DIY ticket? Well, let me remake it real quick. It's not like it's hard for me to do. We didn't have Kafka on there. We had Clara. Okay, that's definitely still the same. Does it let... When this says save image, does it mean save it, like, offline? Is that what it means? Yeah, I think that's what it did. I think it just downloaded it. Definitely still the same number, though. Invite 1 friend. Gain 2 warps. You can win an iPhone, or an Apple Watch, or a PlayStation 5. Or a character bundle, apparently. Am I doing it through Epic? No, I'm doing it through their actual, I just downloaded their launcher. Missions. Inventory? Storage. Exclusive ticket. Oh, wait. What is this? Share? I think this is what I send. And this is what I sent you, was this link right here. I just chose Windows. Okay. Warp? I got a hat. Warp again. These are very minor rewards, but that's fine. It's free. Who, buddy? Don't you threaten me with a good time. Oh, okay. And then I see. I go to inventory, and then I can send those things by myself? What do you mean they can't be modified? Why would I want to modify them? What? I don't know what the fuck that means. I'll just leave them for now. It's not like I need that stuff by any stretch. After 13 warps, you'll be guaranteed to get the 4-star light cone, make the world clamor. Okay. Well, there's all of that. And now I'll actually show you how this, how the actual game itself looks and works. So let's go to the simulated universe. And then let's go to World 2. I really should try to do World 3. I just don't believe I can beat it still. Download initial characters. And we'll go you. Almost everyone's weak to imaginary, so yeah. Launch simulated universe, confirm. Let's go with... Which path do we want to travel on? Let's go with the hunt's so good. Sure. That's pretty good, actually. Let's go with the destruction. That's a new path. So this is just one of the systems that exist in the game, by the way. I showed you like some of the world and stuff, and that's all stuff that you can just like go do and explore and story stuff. This is one of the subsystems. This is called the simulated universe. This is actually a sub game that is a roguelike that exists within the game. You can still get permanent rewards and stuff through it, but it's an easy way to show off a lot of the combat. And obtain one curio. Yeah, give me the curio. Each time you enter the following domain, gain cosmic fragments equal to 6% of the cosmic fragments currently. Okay. After destroying destructible objects, there's a small chance of receiving a curio, but all small chance of destroying this curio. And all characters lose 99% of their current HP. Oh, buddy. Let's do it. Immediately. Oh, okay. I wanted the very first one to just immediately drop our HP down to 1%. Because that would have been funny. Alright, so here's the actual combat, Vanisher.
So you are afraid of me.
So every character has, we'll say, 5 abilities. They have a primary attack, a secondary attack, and an ultimate. They also have a talent, and then they also have a technique. But the technique is something that you do outside of combat. The talent is like a passive, and then otherwise you have the primary, the secondary, and the ultimate. You're probably not strong enough to kill, are you? We'll see. Oh, you are. Okay.
Let me end your misery.
So Sela's talent is that if she kills something, she immediately gets to take another turn. Which is what we just had happen. And she gets a power boost.
Stand down.
Time to go on the offensive. To the finish.
This enemy, these little like energy balls are extremely weak. In the simulated universe, every time you beat an enemy, you get a new blessing, which is part of how the roguelike stuff works. When you either finish the simulated universe or lose, this all goes away. But this is the best way for me to show off a lot of the combat. Yeah, we'll do this one. Break. Oh, we got a curio. Okay. You need physical or energy. I don't have either of those, unfortunately. This battle is going to suck a little bit more because I don't have the things that they're weak to. It does function a little bit like Genshin in that aspect, where if you have what the enemy is weak to, you will fare significantly better.
Among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. Let me end your misery.
My seal is strong enough, though, that I don't think it matters. Already enhanced. After a character uses their ultimate, they gain a shield that can absorb damage equal to 25% of the HP difference between their max HP and their current HP plus 7% of their max HP. Or just increase max HP by 16%. Let's do this one just because I'll use the ultimates in like the elite fights and the calm down. What are you weak to? Physical, wind, ice, and lightning and imaginary. Okay. Wait. Nope. You missed. I hit the wrong button. I'm sorry. I need to use his technique on you. Go away. You didn't see me.
Stay.
Thank you.
Don't mess with me.
Kill that guy. Just hit him normally.
My turn.
March, I really wish you went after Stell. If you went after Stella, this would be a lot easier. Give the shield to Stella anyway. And we'll hope that the taunt works.
Indestructible.
Okay, it worked on all three of them.
Try that again.
Lance ablaze. Flaming lance. Forward.
What a headache.
There were some Genshin Impact players that were complaining about Star Rail because the ultimates in Star Rail seem to just be way more impressive than a lot of the ultimates that are in Genshin Impact. And the answer that's been given is like, yeah, it's a turn-based game. They don't got to worry about keeping the action going. The ultimates could be as long as they technically wanted because it's not like you're waiting on anything besides the next person's turn. What do we got now? We don't have a destruction one in here. When attacks reduce an enemy's HP to a point that is lower than 50%, 100% chance to freeze them. Follow-up attacks. Yeah, definitely that one. Combat or an occurrence. Let's do an occurrence. Yeah, look at what they did with summons, 100%. We'll do... Well, let's do the occurrence first.
Will of preservation.
Never mind. Hit the wrong button. Madam Scarred Eye, board member of the IPC, sits across from you. A long and narrow scar cuts through her left eye. You can sense her gaze on you, and you know she is not to be trifled with. You are sitting here because of her overwhelming intimidation. A maid offers her a glass of champagne and softly kisses the back of her hand. The planet Avelli is hit by a financial crisis, Madam Scarred Eye announces. To help them tide over, our business consolidation department has launched the Angel-type IOU dispenser. I'll make you an irresistible offer. Buy the IPC's debt, wait for this catastrophe over, and the IPC will pay you an amount more than 10 times your principal. The servant next to Madam Scarred Eye pushes out a robot angel with wings. This is the Angel-type IOU dispenser. You need to feed gold coins into it regularly, and it will keep a record of your investment. At the end of the investment term, it will pay you an amount more than 10 times your principal. Sure, why not? Let's go. Angel type so it's a curio. All right, Fanny with the workout. Angel type IOU dispenser. Cosmic fragments are not received upon winning battles. After triggering this effect 5 times, the curio will be destroyed and you'll receive, and the amount of cosmic fragments currently held will be doubled. Held by this, right? Because I'm holding, I think, like 13 of them total. Hi, Fanny. Let's do another combat. Is it just you, buddy? Just you? Oh, looks like it's just you. All right. What else are you weak to? Okay, I'll hit. We'll be the ones that hit you.
Don't mess with me. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. So you are afraid of me. Let me end your misery.
My turn.
We did not do very much damage to that individual. Seal already has a shield.
With me out here, how can we lose?
Oh, I picked right. Nice.
You can't run.
I'm on guard.
What a headache.
Leave the rest to me. I won't go easy on you.
You have the.
Yeah, I was even talking to Athena the other day about how, like, we were talking about what we could do to have, like, some channel point dumps on my channel, and we just can't reach a really good idea of what to do. This is actually really good, but we need destruction blessings. I also haven't had this one yet. Hey! Path Resonance Destruction. Current HP difference between max HP and current HP for all allies combined. Well, that sucks. That deals damage if we're close to dead. Well, it deals more damage the closer to dead we are.
We need a strategy.
All right. Okay, so we need to do as much buffing as we can. Which we can't do a whole lot. So we will do this. And do this. And do this. And then do this.
Great.
Did slightly more than I was expecting, honestly. I didn't have high expectations.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. Great.
One day I'll find you out what Love You Love Me does. I'm 35% of the way there. Ah. We've had a few of those get redeemed. Just regular attacks, Sela, that's fine. You, on the other hand, you do your skill.
You know nothing of the weight behind this power. Witness the stars shatter before you. Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Give her a healthier shield. Can we give her a healthier shield? Let's do this first.
Sometimes check out this awesome move.
See if we freeze anybody. Froze all of them. Nice. All right.
Don't mess with me.
Why you gotta be so durable? Ow! Don't do that.
You can't run.
Stay on target. Perfect. Even better.
Still walk away. I won't go easy on you.
I told ya I could fight. Stay right there while I give you a present.
So I'm giving the shield to Sela instead, not to Sela, to Stella instead of who they have targeted. They have Welt targeted, but if this taunt works, it won't matter who they have targeted. Yeah. So they'll all have to attack Stella instead. We're gonna keep beating up on the elite in the middle and hope and just let our shield hold and we'll slowly chip down his 2 helpers with ultimates and stuff along the way.
You can't run.
As long as Stella keeps him taunted and we keep shields on, then we don't have to worry too much.
Calm your body and mind.
With me out here, how can we lose? Try that again. Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move.
Let's see, who else has done it? I think Athena redeemed it once for napalm trees.
Flaming lance. Forward.
I feel like there was another one. Zach 42 attack redeemed it.
What a headache. I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
I won't go easy on you.
Oh, that was some good hits. Well, nice work. Re-taunt him, Stella.
Indestructible.
Thank you.
You can't run.
He's so durable.
Don't mess with me.
Leave the rest to me. Calm your body and mind. You know nothing of the weight behind this power. Witness the stars shatter before you. Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
I told ya I could fight.
He's gonna get up and smack the shit out of Stella, so.
I give you a present. What a headache. Who's next?
I won't go easy on you.
Watch this.
Come on, finish dying. Quit being so stubborn. Fall over already.
Lance up the pressure.
Calm your body and mind.
Fall over. There we go. Oh, well, this is already enhanced. If character is below 50%, they are considered to have 16 extra stacks of fighting spirit. When player characters are hit, damage taken by characters is equally distributed among all allies. That's a bad idea, actually, if we want Stella to be tanking. When being hit or losing HP, the character gains 4 stacks of fighting spirit. And adjacent allies gain 1 stack. When the turn ends, the character loses 4 stacks. I don't know what fighting spirit is, but okay. Reduce the cognate fragments required to level up blessings, resetting blessings, and resetting down characters by 30%. Meh. Randomly gain 1 blessing of remembrance after choosing this curio. When choosing your blessings after winning, there's a greatly increased chance for blessings. Okay. Replace all curios currently in possession, including this curio, with random curios. Can I see what do I have? We'll take this one. I don't want to random roll all of them. Like, I don't not want to, but I also... Wait, why didn't you give me one of these? I got one of these last time. You gave me one. Why didn't you give me one this time? I'll wait. All I see is a train. Does this have a long render thing first time? You might have to do an additional download, because like a lot of these games, especially the ones that are like also made for mobile in some ways, they have a period where it like downloads the launcher and then the launcher downloads the actual like assets for the game. To your surprise, you run into a physical Herta puppet in the simulated universe. You can use your conduct fragments to buy things from her. I'll purchase a curio. Oh my goodness, someone has just joined the MiHoYoverse, if you haven't already. Oh yeah? I don't want a random roll. Oh, that's kind of amazing. After winning a battle, revive all down characters in the current team, restore their... Oh, no, we'll just do this one. I try to avoid getting downed ever. We do need to find more destructible shit, though. We can download another character. Let's download Don Hung. Oh, dang it. I didn't want to heal. Shame. Shame. We can fix our HP a little bit, though. If we go like this. And switchy.
Keep at it. Keep at it.
I wanted that to happen. I wanted us to lose all of our HP, and then I wanted to go into combat. Because there's an achievement that you can only get by going into combat with, like, no HP on all of your characters, and that's what I wanted. But that is not what I got. Eidolons. When did I get this? I don't remember getting the 6 Eidolon. Oh. Oh, you have 2 different sets. Where do I get these ones? Okay, I won't worry about it right now. But I will switch back over to... No, I'll just wait. It's not a big deal.
Nice.
Nice! Alright, the battle is ready. So I will run that battle. Oh, good luck to us, everybody. Godspeed. I'm going to place this right here. And then while the battle runs, I will do some worky outs. Oh, yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Oh, yeah. We have 200 gold and 1 flying rogue, either of which can be yours for 400 channel points. Most kills going to El Canadiano, followed by Steve. Steve! Most assists going to a tie between Shmai and Athena Latina. Second place tied up by everyone else. Alright. It is all complete. Complete. Close that down so people don't think we're doing anymore.
Will of preservation.
That's not what I wanted to do. Hey, wait. Oh. Was he actually a treasure chest? I didn't know that he could be a treasure chest in here. Those are treasure chests. Those little cute little possum looking things. I'm going to switch here just to heal again real quick. There we go. Whew. I'm just gonna fight you like this anyway.
Lance ablaze. Flaming lance. Forward.
What a headache.
Yeah. Do it like this.
Let me end your misery.
And then you should be able to kill this one. He'll explode on the other one. And then this guy's in a good position to just get deaded. Yeah. No destruction. Yeah, let's do that.
Don't mess with me.
You might be able to kill these, but use your ult on one of these first.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
See if you can. No, not quite. That's okay.
Hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move.
Can't recall if you said you tried Genshin Impact or Honkai 3rd Impact before. I've tried both. I tried Genshin Impact before I tried Honkai 3rd. I played more. I probably put about the same amount of time into each of them. I put about 20 hours into Genshin and probably about the same into Honkai 3rd.
There is no other choice.
I told ya I could fight.
And I've already surpassed that time with both of those games with this one. Yeah, I liked Honkai 3rd, but I played it through Steam because it was... Genshin and Star Rail were developed with there being a PC version of their games in mind, and Honkai 3rd Impact did not. And they made a Steam version of it, but it's a little clunky to try to play. And so its clunkiness just kind of pushed me away from it after a little while. Ow. Wow, that hurt more than I wanted it to. That was rude.
Let me end your misery. I'll free you from your chain. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
I won't go easy on you.
We win! What do we got? If character attacks while under fighting spirit, consume HP equal to 10% of current HP and deal an additional damage equal to 60% of the HP lost. That sounds terrible. What is fighting spirit? Buffs brought by certain destructions blessing. For each stack, increases attack by 3% and defense by 3%. Stacks up to 35 times. I don't know if I've seen anything that gives us that, but that sounds like questionable, concerning. You actually step into a ground trap made of branches and leaves, the type you believed only be used in the most old-fashioned hunter on planet Bled. You get to your feet and the entrance of a nest is before you. No? Okay. You believe your life doesn't need adventures. More importantly, you dread to face Okay.
We need a strategy.
All right, we're gonna do this elite fight, and then I'm also curious if this elite fight will give us another little coin. But we need to change our team. Seal, you're really good, but oh, Welt also got hurt real bad by the effect. And I don't have an abundance character with us. Never mind, not Felt. Don, you're getting left behind. Sorry, buddy. Let's do this. And let's do this. And let's do this.
Great.
Leave the rest to me. Calm your body and mind. You know nothing of the weight behind this power. Witness the stars shatter before you. Survive or be destroyed. There is no.
Yeah, we'll finish this elite. See if he gives us another little coin to grab some relics with. And then afterwards, we will find somebody to raid.
I'm on guard.
Actually, before you do that, let's see if we freeze any of them.
This awesome move.
Just the little guys on the sides. It's the big guy I'm more worried about. Can you taunt him, please, Stella? Thank you.
What a headache. Who's next?
You can still walk away. I won't go easy on you.
Cheater. Ow.
You can't run. With me out here, how can we lose?
Shield yourself, March.
Ablaze. Flaming lance. Forward. Lance at the ready.
Don't mess with me.
Can you not? Asking for a friend being me. Quit that shit.
Leave the rest to stand down.
Never mind. Do it anyway. Ow. Oh, that hurt a lot. That did lots of the damages.
Try that again. I told ya I could fight.
Well.
Stay right there while I give you a present.
Welt's real hurt. He's hurted bad. Ow.
You can't run.
What a headache.
Gotta try hard.
I need some of these guys to die.
This awesome move.
I'm not quite strong enough to be doing the simulated universe yet. There's no way in hell I could beat the boss.
Mess with me.
But I knew that this simulated universe would give me the best chance to show off at least a little bit of the combat.
To the finish.
You can still walk away.
We might die to this one, honestly.
With me out here, how can we lose?
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
That was a really strong hit, and it did not do nearly as much damage as I was hoping it would. One of the other problems we're having is that blessing I took, we're doing a lot of extra damage right now, but the problem is that we're not doing enough extra damage versus the life we're losing. I don't think we actually win this, but that's okay.
Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
He's just not taking enough damage.
Stay right there while I give you a present.
March. March, you're so hurt. She's like, I know, it sucks.
Lance
I can give everyone a little bit of a shield this way. Good timing, too. Oh, no, he's powering up to do that bullshit again.
I won't go easy on you.
What a headache. Who's next?
Welt's gonna die. I think we're about to lose 3 people. Yeah. That's great.
I'm on guard.
Well, you froze it. I'm real proud of you.
I'm okay.
No, you're really not okay. You're gonna die real soon. This gives you a little bit of a shield. I don't know why I think it's gonna matter. Thanks, Dad. Took it like a champ. Ow. Uh-oh. This might be it. Oh, nope. Only 1 hit on that one. All right. We're going to get to hit him twice and be sad that it doesn't do enough. That's okay.
Lance at the ready. Fracture.
Wow, you are still alive. I'm very proud of you. Trailblazer doing their bestest out here.
I'm okay.
I'm okay. 75 HP. Okay, good job. You held your own for way more turns than I was expecting you to. Recommended team level, yeah. The highest character I have is level 45. Okay, so as some cleanup business, obtained ability points 72, 720 more points. I still actually need to complete the simulated universe once this week. I'll just do it on a lower difficulty. I also need to grind out some just general points so I can get some more of these rewards from it. So on just a general order of business side of things, so the next couple weeks is going to be a little bit interesting in that, so tomorrow is Power Couple. We'll be doing Persona 5 Royal with Athena. It'll be the 28th stream of Persona 5 Royal, which will make it the longest streamed game on this stream in general and the longest Power Couple game. The longest before that was Yakuza Like a Dragon, which was 27 streams for it to finish. Persona 5, we're not close to finishing yet, and it is now going to be, it's on its 28th stream. Saturday is the Scooby stream over on Athena's channel. So let me give you a shout out to Athena. If I knew how to frickin' type, good God. I still fucked it up. There we go. I'll be over on Athena's channel on Saturday, and then I'll be back here on Sunday for production day. I will be here on Tuesday, and we just finished NeuroNet Mendax Proxy, and I will probably actually just be playing Star Rail on Tuesday, and the reason for that is I will not be here next Thursday. There's something going on with the family, and then I also won't be here the Tuesday after that, again, because of family stuff. So, with that said, I'll be here next Tuesday, and then the Thursday the week after that, and we'll probably be starting up after us at that time, because it should be out by then. So, be sure to follow me on socials, though, everybody. That's my Twitter and my Discord. There's the YouTube channel. We have a new YouTube channel going up every single day. Can you fucking imagine? Oh my God. We have a new video going up every single day. That is the raid message. If you're not a subscriber, you can unlock that that emote for 100 channel points, and it'll be available to you for the next 24 hours, including on the raid. We're gonna, if you want to check out some more Star Rail, and somebody who is much farther along, and I'm pretty sure has spent considerably more money than me, or has gotten significantly more lucky than me, considering the number of 5-star characters this individual has, we're gonna go raid One and Diari, because they are wonderful. They are also playing Star Rail right now. So let's go show them some appreciation, and then I can just talk to them for a little bit. It looks like they might also be in the simulated universe, or they're doing, they might also be doing Calyxes. So with that said, everybody, thank you so much. I appreciate you a lot, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye, Cerulean. Bye, Vandashar. Bye, El Canadiano.